is hidden far from here. I wonder how I might atone. It's been a year since I left home. The wind is blowing faster now. I'm searching though I don't know how. There was a time I used to know. I lost my bearings long ago. And all this time, well, it's my imagination, my fading inspiration that dances in my mind, and it's a crime. Only my imagination, my own interpretation should lead me down this road, and I know where to go. To find my travels as you can.
To find my travels as you can, whatever you believe, as the song says. I am not your DM, although I am actually your DM today. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the GOG community. Hi, everybody. It is Tuesday, June 28th, 2016, in the year of our Lord, Anno Domini, etc., etc. And I'm super excited because this begins a big night of Dungeons and Dragons. Because this time on episode, I believe this is 36, if I'm not mistaken, of Pen and Pixels, we are not just going to be doing solo stuff with me, but we are going to be continuing overall, but beginning on GOG, a special, at least monthly event. Maybe at some point we'll be able to throw in a couple of extra sessions here and there with the Dungeons and Dragons game tabletop with the GOG stream crew. And as you can see from the amazing work that Memories and 8-Bit was nice enough put together, thank you so much, Memories and 8-Bit. I appreciate it. We have got 5 intrepid adventurers, your favorite GOG streamers, to join up. Please, before we do all that, though, remember to follow the channel if you haven't already done so. Please subscribe to the channel. Please do not cheer the channel. I'm not going to get into that controversy. Please just make sure you follow the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Spread the word about this show. Let's get a lot of people in here. Let us hype up the hype train, people, because where else do you get to have this international crew of incredibly talented people playing some D&D for you? So please spread the word, let everybody know, and settle in for a 3-hour session of enjoyment, fun, and possibly setting things on fire. We'll see. Let me get rid of this, and let me turn on this. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Good to see you all. I am Arvin Elleron. I'm your humble host, and I will be your dungeon master for these intrepid adventurers. And I am looking forward to getting a chance to play with these folks and having a good time with them. We got a lot of D&D going on today. I am going to be on here between the hours of now. The hours of now, that's an hour, now and the end of the session, which will be around 7 p.m. Eastern. And then I will be giving way, and I actually don't even remember who next was because I was so busy getting this all ready. Next is, I know who this is. Yes, right, exactly. Of course I know this, Flayos. After Flayos is done playing with us, then Flayos is going to be playing you some System Shock reboot, which is going to be good times. I will then be back over on my channel at about 7:30 p.m. Eastern to continue with my own home campaign, which is the Infinity and Beyond crew continuing to play Horde of the Dragon Queen. So if you like what you see here, hopefully you'll be able to stick around and watch one of the characters, Flayos, continuing to play, and then continuing to watch possibly me later on my channel as we continue forward with some Dungeons and Dragons. So this is going to be good times, and I am looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. Thanks again to Memories and 8-Bit for having set everything up. All right. With that said, I'm going to unmute myself in Skype so that they now will be able to hear that they're on. I'm going to unmute the Skype window. I'm going to unmute Roll20. And now I'm going to go over to, wait for it. I'm going to go over to this. Zip! There we go, ladies and gentlemen, and I am happy to introduce you all to the crew. That's right, you've known them for years, but you've never known them quite like this. Say hi to your GOG stream team members. I am looking forward to having all of them play with us. They started this adventure on my charity con that I did last month, and now we are continuing. This is going to be a monthly affair with an occasional extra session hopefully thrown in here and there as well as we continue to advance forward with this crew. Let me start, first of all, starting to my, on your screen, immediate right, And that, of course, is Pyron Jade. And Pyron, hi. Please tell us who you're playing and, like, why should people know you? Since people have never heard of you on GOG. I mean, just how do they tell us more about you and all that kind of stuff?
Well, I think today would be more of the time to talk about my character. So my character is called Greta Goldenfire, and I'm a dwarf. And I'm a dwarf cleric, to be exact. Little Greta always had a fascination with fire and light, which, although the dwarves in the deep mountain do cherish light, she was more than a little fascinated with it. And some people found that a little bit scary because she also tended to set things on fire. But she found her calling, being a cleric and healing people and bringing light and fire into the world and just spreading the word. So that is Greta. She's normally a very calm and nice character, but when she gets nervous, she tends to set thing on fire, but she's very, very sorry about it.
Yeah, it's the apology that's always a big part of the character, I think. Moving right along, we see what appears to be a reclining pear, but that is not, in fact, a reclining pear. It is actually the elusive and yet still beloved Mega Pie Man PhD. Hi, Pie. Who are you playing? Who is your character?
Hello, my character is Justice, the Dragonborn Paladin, with his sword and noble friend, Dan, who is also a paladin.
I keep forgetting that he's not a paladin in training even. He's not like an apprentice,
No.
right? No, he's the actual, okay.
They became paladins together after training for many years.
Yes. That is exactly right. So far, Justice was actually involved in one of the more effective plans that the group had at the end of last adventure, which I will describe in just a moment. Moving straight along, in the middle of your screen, you see my compatriot to the north, my country's neighbor, and of course I'm speaking about the beloved Fleos. Hi, Fleos. Who are you playing?
I am playing Dorn Hellsbane. Now, Hellsbane is not his real last name. He didn't have a last name when he was born. But, when he was young, he was training with an elven swordsmith. They got attacked by a few fiends of the devilish kind, and he managed to kill one of them. And so he decided, you know what? I am Hellsbane for the rest of my life. And so that's who he is. I am a nice fighter. I just kill things. That's my job, and I do it well most of the time. I also rip off clothes very well, if you remember last week. Or last stream.
Critically successfully, yes. You do so with critical success.
It's getting hot in here.
Yeah, exactly right. Yes, indeed. All right, moving right along. Over to your right, you see the person who is the Welsh winner. By which I mean the person who's won the right to exit the European Union. Never mind, I won't get into that. Let me just say hi instead to, I know, too soon. Let me say hi instead to Darksaber. Hi, Darksaber, how are you? Who are you playing?
Hi, how's it going, everybody? Yes, I am Celsig Mauer, halfling gambler extraordinaire, forced through an unfortunate set of circumstances involving a city guard and a game of cards in which my deck was, for some strange reason, had these weird marks, and there was a bit of a misunderstanding, and I'm forced to flee the city under an assumed identity and seek the safety of a group of travellers who are moving a long way away from where some people think I owe them a lot of money.
Yes. You note, by the way, that he says it's an assumed identity, but does not claim whether this is also an assumed identity. The layers are very deep, you see. It's not unlike our next participant in real life, who wants to have multiple names, 6, 5, 10, 12, to stay, one step ahead of the Australian officials, who no doubt are only now tracking him down. Hi, Matt, also known as Chrono Wolf. How are you, and who's your character?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Greg, and good hello to everyone else. Yes, I am Arthur Lepus Cord. I am a half-human, half-elf recluse. I rarely speak, but when I do, I tend to speak profoundly. I do poor attempts at bad humor, which often insult people. Basically, I am also apparently quite charismatic, but you kind of have to break into my inner shell before you realize that. And yes, I was set on fire in the previous game, which Fleos did so kindly tear off all my clothes, which I was rather conflicted about.
Yes, yes, and I'm gonna relate that in just a minute as we sort of give you a where the in our last episode in our previous show. So yes, and as you guys all know,
better without the context.
Yeah,
it's better without the context.
It just happened, right? He just there was just fire and things happened. Yes. So this adventure that we're doing is called a Temple of the Nightbringers, and all of these 5 individuals found themselves entering the village, the small village of Melton, which was a village kind of isolated off on its own, not really close to a lot of trade routes, but close enough that there would still be some merchants and people like that who would wander by. As the party entered Melton, though, they were accosted by Frida Greatheart, who was the constable of Melton, and who basically wanted to know what they were doing there. When they explained what their basic ideas were and what was going on, they had been sort of sent here because they had heard that there were trouble with goblins in the region, so they decided they were going to try to go and figure things out. When they went there, Frida Greatheart discouraged them from trying to find anything further, arguing that the goblins had not yet attacked the village itself, and so she didn't want them to basically stir up trouble. They promptly ignored her and decided that they were going to stir up trouble if they wanted. They went into the tavern, got more information from the barkeeper. Selsig made some friends trying to teach people about poker. He successfully managed to teach them what a couple of cards were, and he had just gotten to the notion of suits before they all had to leave. When they left, they ended up finding a hunter who ended up accompanying them, Dawn Mistwalker. Greta almost set her on fire, but managed to avoid doing so. And they ended up, Dawn, who had been tracking the movements of these goblins and the attacks on the trade routes, ended up bringing them all the way to a bridge, which they found was guarded by a large bugbear named Wuzzig. Fortunately, due to some carefully applied diplomacy on the part of Pi, which mostly involved throwing food at him and then trying to take it away again, somehow Wuzzig was convinced by Justice's charisma, his charm, and no doubt by the extra charisma of Dan alongside, that it might be a good idea for them to cross. Also, Arthur Lopez played a role in that as well. And so they were able to cross the bridge and eventually made it to what this cave that sort of led down to where a lot of the goblins were going. When they entered the cave, they found a small goblin who had been sleeping in this first room that you see there, marked 1 on the map that you guys see. Selsig thought that it would be a good idea to immediately assassinate the goblin with great prejudice. He attempted to assassinate and failed, and that led to a fight. But fortunately, the party was up to the task. They managed to successfully defeat the creatures in question, and then decided to begin exploring this area, which is very clearly a temple, much older than the goblins which currently inhabit it. They don't really know the details of it, but they do know that the statues are made of obsidian, and they know that there are sort of strange and uneasy scents about the entire place, essentially. Greta picked that up, as well as some of the others. They headed to the east. They found a dormitory filled with sleeping goblins. They again attempted to eliminate the goblins without creating much of a fuss. They failed to do so. Much fuss was made, but they did end up, destroying the goblins in the end. And the adventure ended at the end of our session with them arriving in this room, which I'm going to move over right here. This room right here, where they heard it was closed over, and it said, "Danger, keep out." Again, our party, never one to pay attention to signs or warnings, pulled out the iron spikes, opened the door, found themselves facing down 4 very dead creatures. This was all part of their plan, though, because between Justice and Selsig, first of all, Greta began by setting things on fire. Then Selsig and Justice did more setting on fire. Selsig basically tossed up an oil flask. It went into there and blew up this dry, dusty, paper-filled room with who knows how ancient the scrolls were, how many books were involved, what sorts of spells were in. I mean, there's no knowing really what information was lost. It was the Library of Alexandria Redux. But anyway, they destroyed all of what was in the library and the creatures too. I mean, everybody was dead. Also managing to set Artur Lupus Cordo on fire. Dorn bravely removed his flaming cloak, almost taking out Greta in the process. It just went over her head. And setting, and I believe it was, I don't know if it was Justice or who else got set on fire. I thought somebody else got set on fire. But eventually...
Justice, yeah.
Was it Justice? Okay. But eventually Justice, who is himself a Dragonborn Paladin, kind of likes the heat anyway. And they managed to put out the fire and were left looking at a sort of steaming inferno. They returned to the dormitory room where they had killed the goblins, and that was where we brought our session to an end. And so we now now, listeners, viewers, and people from all the 4 distances of the world, we are happy to bring you back into Temple of the Nightbringers. All right, folks. So you are sitting in the. How much of your story did they derail with this? Oh, no. The story is made by them and me. It is a combination story. Nothing has been derailed yet. You have to talk to the ones who were set on fire about what they feel about it. But, it's fine so far. So, all right, you guys.
How could it derail if there aren't any trains in this time period?
Aha. But maybe there are. There might be certain kinds of trains. They just don't run on Steam.
Oh, there you go.
And they don't run on
Magic
Steam, do they,
train.
chat? Yeah, who's with me?
Space train.
No Steam here. That's right. Sorry, it's low-hanging fruit. Okay.
You mean
I think-
other digital distribution
Yes,
trains?
possibly. Maybe they call them DRM energy here.
I think we had decided on sleeping or at least taking a rest, if I remember correctly.
That's how I remember it. A few of you were still a
Yes.
bit injured after the scorching incident.
Certain incident.
I'm gonna pretend that nothing happened because my character sheet I didn't save it, so everything's
Hacks.
stock. It's all stock.
It's
so
all stock?
Nothing happened.
Great.
So you
Roll
just
your
woke up and you
damage
were like,
now.
who are these people? What am I doing here?
Can I add his money to my character sheet?
I know, right? All right. So you guys, the question then is how you're going to sort of position yourselves. Now, if you want to rest, which is fine, then you're going to have to either do something with the door, or you're going to have someone watch or set guard, or so it's up to you how you guys want to do it. But you do need to think a little bit about that. Also, I want to point out, you could do a short rest if you prefer. A short rest would allow you to restore some of your hit points, would not, however, allow you to restore most of your spells. So a longer rest would be that sort of thing. But a longer rest is, 6-7 hours type of thing. So I'm just letting you know.
Short
This,
rest.
yeah, I'm just letting you know this is an active temple. So,
Yeah,
Active-
yeah.
Yeah, short
Wanna
rest.
do the short one.
There was also-
just so people don't die.
Okay.
There was some concern about because we've got someone waiting at the entrance, haven't we, as well?
Yeah,
there
there
was
was
some
this
concern that-
girl out there. We still had
Wasn't
the
it?
the
That's
road,
right, Dawn
the
Mistwalker.
ranger.
Yep, that's right, Dawn
That's
The
right,
Mistwalker.
ranger.
Yep, that is correct.
Yeah,
so,
we shouldn't rest too long. We should just
okay.
refresh a little bit and then we venture on.
Okay, so if you're talking about a short rest, that'll usually be somewhere in the area of about half hour to an hour, generally, which will allow you to sort of get a sense of things and kind of catch your breath, basically. It will also allow you to take your hit point totals. And what I'm going to do, by the way, I didn't have a chance to do this setting up for this session, but I'll do it afterwards. The experience that you guys got from the first session when we thought this was just going to be a one-off type of thing, we didn't pay a lot of attention to. I may have given you an experience for some creatures that you fought. I don't remember if I did. Did I?
You did.
Oh, I did.
I know
Okay.
you
It
did.
gave
down.
us 25 for getting past the bugbear peacefully.
I did. Okay. All right. As long as you've got experience, because we want to make
Yeah.
sure we keep track of it since this is an ongoing campaign now. So,
The rest, there were any of the other ones, we didn't get squat.
well, for those of us who have lost our sheets, oh justice with the self-aware sword, we may have to think a little bit about, consequences of our actions and what that means.
And you
didn't
wonder
give
why
it to-
you're losing the straw poll
You
justice.
didn't give it to anyone.
What is this straw poll?
What?
Who will die
Who's
first?
good?
Oh, who
Yes.
will die first?
Good
Really?
CEO of Tekanja.
Right, because the god you put
You've
that
got
together.
5 votes, Arv.
I got 5 votes?
Yep.
Yeah.
For some
Wow.
reason.
Let me explain something
gonna-
about
we're gonna
D&D
mute
people.
me.
The god does not die, okay? That's the
gonna
nice
mute
thing
me.
Wait,
about
no.
this
I
session.
think that means you can die if the stream fails.
Oh, if the stream fails.
Ah.
Well, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I still think that would go to Pi. No, I'm just kidding.
Thanks.
Sorry. Okay, so short rest. So if you guys are going to do a short rest, then what it means is you guys can spend one or more of your hit dice at the end of a short rest. So what that means is the thing that you use to determine your hit points at the beginning, and it should say on your sheets what the hit die is. You can roll up to your number of hit dice, which is equal to your level. So you guys are level 1. So you could roll one of those hit dice to restore your hit points if you choose up to the amount that you roll. That's it, though, until you do a long rest. So just be aware that that exists. Also, Greta, I don't know what you've got still in the way of healing spells, but you could use those as well as an alternative. So those are 2 options.
I have a second wind bonus action, which allows me to.
That
Just
is
get my
only
second
during
wind.
combat, though, unfortunately. Second wind is only an in-combat thing.
Only in combat?
Yep.
Oh.
Unfortunately. That's why you need
Yeah,
to
Anybody
wanna fight?
That's why I was just gonna say that's why blowing away all the you needed to have like one of them barely alive so you could second wind it and then
That's all right.
only
That's
in
all right.
combat though, sadly.
Yeah, I don't want to use my healing spells.
Okay.
I think we might need them. I have this feeling.
Okay, well then hit dice would be the way to go.
So
If we need to keep watch, I could sort of loiter around here in the shadows and just keep an eye up the corridor in case anything's coming down. Sort of, I'll use myself to mark, sort of down this corridor.
Yes, that's a good point.
Actually,
Yeah, sorry,
Where am I?
Saber. You could definitely do that. Yeah, you make a good point, Fred. That's correct. You gain your hit die plus your Constitution modifier. That's correct. So you roll your hit die and then add to it your modifier next to your Constitution, which should be listed on your sheet. So you do get that. Yeah. Thanks for the clarification, Fred. So yes, Saber, you can. Celsig, you can certainly do that if you so choose. Are you guys going to close? So you're going to stay on the outside of that hallway, so to speak?
I'm sort of going to loiter around here and just keep peeking around and listening out, basically, just to see if I can see or hear anyone coming down the corridor.
Gotcha. Okay.
Are you unhurt? Are you unhurt?
I'm fully... Yeah, I was completely unscathed after setting half the team on
You
fire.
know the deal. The guy who throws the fireball is always the one who's fine. Like he's fine. Like he's
Okay.
Yep.
It's no problem.
Consequences, schmonsequences.
That's exactly right. Okay, so as you guys are doing your short rest and attending to that, the other four of you, Celsig, I'd like you to make a perception check for me, please.
Okie dokie, let's have a look here. Perception, ooh, 1d20 plus 5.
That's true, Jedi, but in this game, gods don't, or at least me.
Boosh, 24.
Okay, wow. You hear all things. You hear Justice snoring in the back room. You hear, yeah. But specifically, what you hear in the distance is you hear the sound of mumbled voices. Now, it's somewhat up to the north. It's a long way away, but you hear sort of a... Right. So it's not easy to make out sort of specific words, but you definitely hear voices up to the north. They don't appear to be getting any closer, but they are there.
Okay. I shall just remain here until the party decides to join me.
Okay. The rest of the hour or so passes without incident.
Okay.
Let me actually pop up your guys' hit points. Not that in any way this suggests that there might be a fight that might happen at some point. I mean, it's just a complete coincidence, actually.
Just maybe.
Yeah.
Was I hurt because I didn't note anything down?
I don't think you were. I know that.
Yeah, that would explain that.
I think it was just Dorn and Arthur that ended up getting hurt in the end.
Right.
Or sorry,
Yeah,
and
Just
Justice
sort of matrix dodged backwards from the
Yes.
fireball, as
But-
I recall.
For some strange reason, I don't think I noted that damage down because it says I've got 9 of 9 hit points.
No, I think I ripped your clothes off before you took damage, and then so I took the
Oh.
damage and I threw it in Justice's face, so he took a little bit of damage too.
on purpose, by the way. I want to say. So just quickly, Dorn, how are you on hit points right now?
Oh, after my short rest, I'm full at 10.
Okay, 10 hit points. Greta, what are you at?
If I'm not hurt, then I'm at 10.
Okay. Let's see. Artur. And it is Artur or Arthur? Is it Artur?
Keep his clothes on.
Wow. I was not
No.
even looking when I heard that. That's a totally different thing. Is it Artur or Arthur or Artur, Matt?
Arthur,
It is Arthur.
as in King Arthur.
Okay, got it. What are you at, Arthur, hit point wise?
9.
Okay. And let's see. Then we've got Justice. What are you at?
100%.
Meaning, so numbers. Like, well, what is that? We're
Oh,
going to
10.
10. Okay. And last but certainly not least, we have got. Let's see. Celsig, you're at full, right? Which is what?
Yep, 8.
8. Excellent. Okay.
Please don't sneeze at me.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yes.
I made a mistake, Arv. Mine is 12. It's
Yours
12,
is
not 10.
12. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, valuable to make sure that we're clear on that. Okay. Lovely. All right. Okay, so the hour, as I said, passes more or less uneventfully. And now, at the end of the hour, you guys open the door cautiously to see Celsig sort of anxiously looking around the corner. Now it's up to you.
Okay. I walk over to... Did you hear anything? Did you see anything?
I can hear some kind of mumbling up to the north. Can't make out what they're saying, but there's definitely something up there.
Okay.
Do you want to investigate?
Well, we can't sit around here all day.
Well, okay then. Let's move on.
Okay. So you guys should have control over your characters, I believe, from last time. So you guys can move into the hallway, and if you guys can keep yourselves roughly where you're thinking about in terms of order, I don't know if you want Celsig up front or what you want, but however you want to do it is up to you.
I'm still a big fan of plan, turn round, and run between Pieman's legs at the first sign of trouble.
Very nice.
Well, if he if he's the stealthy guy, he could do a little bit of scouting, and then come back to us with information.
You could do that if you like.
Yep. I'm okay with trying that, but I'm not walking past this blind corridor entrance just like that. I am actually going to reach.
To join you.
You'll be fine.
As
You'll
long
be
as you stay
fine.
back.
You have 8 hit points.
I like how you have this contempt for this for the single digits.
What's an hit point?
Okay, so tell me how you're doing this, Celsig. What are you doing? Peering around?
I'm actually going to use some of my thieves' tools because I have a little mirror on a pole.
Okay.
And I'm going to poke that around the corner to see if I can see anything reflected in it.
Clever. When you do that, this is what you were able to see, more or less. And it is a hallway. It doesn't show you a whole lot, but there's a hallway, a small one, a narrow one that extends into the distance. And it looks like it goes down. You can really, with that mirror, only see about this far, but there might be a door on the southern side of this corridor, from what you can tell.
Oh, good, more doors.
Battles, exactly. Are we sure it's a door?
Oh boy.
That you won't be able to tell till you actually get there. So that's as much as you can tell with your mirror, but it looks to be deserted. There doesn't seem to be anything in the corridor, from what you can tell.
Did we go over if there's mimics in this? Is it possible the door's a mimic?
I don't know why you would think that there'd be mimics in this room, Pi. I'm sure it's fine. I don't know.
I think if you only heard voices to the north, I would say we venture on to the north and not investigate every little nook of this temple.
But treasure. I'm all about the treasure.
Actually make for those of you, and I guess I'm going to make this. Let's make this Arthur and Celsig. Make another perception check for me, please.
Okay.
Both of us?
Yes.
22.
Wow, you were perceptioning it up today. All
Hold
right.
on.
What about
You
you?
can see
Arthur?
I'm just learning my modifier. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so you listen carefully and you hear the sound of horrifyingly heavy breathing right next to you, and you're like, "Oh my god!" And then you look over and you see that it's Justice, kind of like. In the meantime, Celsig, you hear something very faint down this hallway that you're looking down, but it sounds something like this. Sounds like growling.
Great.
I think we found a doggy.
Doggy is not lewd.
Doggy could be guarding loot. What does a
Yeah,
guard
but,
dog
you know,
guard? Stuff you don't
we're
want
here-
other people to have.
We're here to help those poor people in the village and not to find you a doggy.
What if it's guarding kidnapped villagers?
It's true.
They didn't
That is
tell
a
us
fair
anything
point.
about kidnapped villagers.
What if it's Francine?
And we better check
We're
to
looking
make
for
sure.
Francine still.
It could be
Oh, yeah,
Francine.
Well, that's right. We're looking for the pig.
If the okay, I see. I'm overruled. We go down the corridor and check if the growling thing is Francine.
I do like that the pig was the overriding influence. That's fun. All right, so go
I
ahead.
forgot what our goal was for a bit.
Yeah, well, mostly. So just to remind you of that, the main issue that you guys are trying to do is to figure out what is causing the goblins to have been driven into this frenzy. This is the place where they've been coming from. And then secondly, yes, it was the farmer asked you to please save his beloved pig, Francine. So those were
I'll
the
tell you
two
what,
major issues.
I'm aching for some bacon, so let's go see what we can find.
Yes. Okay. So go ahead and set yourself up. So Celsig is now positioned in the corridor, and you guys actually, if you want to sneak in just a little bit farther, Celsig, and let everybody kind of pile in behind you, more or less.
I was just going to stealth down to about roughly where I'll see what's just beyond the door. So I assume about here.
Okay. You can do that. Make a stealth check for me, please, while you do that.
Yep. Okay. What's my stealth modifier? Doopy-doopy-doo. +5 again. I'm playing to my playing to my strengths. I was about to say.
So you see, Celsig is sort of casually, I should say, trying to very cautiously move down the corridor, and then kind of kicks a rock, and it like makes a echoing noise alarmingly down the hallway. But nothing seems to move from what you can tell. And as you arrive here, you see at the very end of this hallway is a door, and then to the south is a door. And you can now tell, Celsig, that the snuffling, growling sound you heard is definitely coming from this room down here to the south, this one down here.
Okay. And I shall carry on then to about here and stop.
Okay.
And wave everybody down, sort of go shh, and point at the door here, and do like a big motion at them.
Okay.
I follow him.
Okay.
Beep. And I try to sneak also. I mean, he was loud, but we don't have to be all loud, right?
That's true. Although if you're going to sneak, you all need to do stealth checks, though, which is fine. But just be aware that that's what you're doing. So in your case, if you don't have stealth trained, then it'll just be a dexterity check, basically, that you're making. So using your dexterity bonus.
I've got a -1 on stealth, and I'm wearing heavy armor. So.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll work out just great. While she's doing that, anyone else who's going down the corridor should do the same thing, please.
All right.
How much does the heavy armor take off my stealth?
Well, the negative
Scale mail.
The dexterity I don't think is giving you the -1. My guess is that the scale mail is what's giving you the -1. So
okay.
that's basically what it is.
Oh, great.
Well, my dexterity is already giving me the -1.
Oh, it is?
I'm fine.
Okay, well then scale mail
I'm fine.
probably I'm fine. I'd have to look it up, but my guess is it would be probably at least that and maybe one more. So I'd say let's do this at a -2 if you've got scale. And then Doran, which one was which? Was that?
Well, I have disadvantage on stealth because of my armor, so.
Okay, so you kind of
natural 20 here.
All right, check you out. So actually, Greta very, smoothly, as if she's been doing this her whole life, is very powerfully, sort of demonstrating how to do stealth, kind of moving in and out of shadows and everything. In the meanwhile, Arthur also manages to make not a lot of noise. Not sure about what has happened with Justice yet, but Doran, as he's down, he's like, okay, guys, I do it like this. And then you're sort of like clang, 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 sort of bouncing back and forth the walls. Like you're trying to dodge in between the shadows, but you're sort of dodging between like stone walls that make noise instead. So again, the noise echoes alarmingly. Justice, we got a roll from you?
Justice is not going to attempt to do stealth because I don't remember how to use Roll20.
Oh well,
so
all you have to do is roll.
I don't want to break out of everything and try to get a tutorial for that.
All right. Well, Justice sort of confidently and not particularly stealthily strides down. So you have.
I'm gonna walk backwards down the corridor just in case something's following us.
Okay.
Just to be ready.
Pie, I don't want to be critical, but sooner or later you will have to roll a die tonight. So
we'll worry about that when the time comes. We'll worry about that.
Who's this Pie?
I'm confident that we can evade stuff long enough.
And yes, Fred, I know about the rules for group stealth, but that's not what this is. Since each of them are individually making these attempts to sort of arrive as opposed to moving as a whole, the group stealth rules don't apply in this particular case. Anyway, so we've arrived at the door, and now the question is what you want to do, Celsig. You definitely hear, and actually most of you now hear, a little bit of that growling and snuffling noise on the other side of the door.
Okay. Is there a gap I might be able to use my mirror to try and see under the door?
Not wide enough for that. There's probably, it's not completely flush, but not enough for you to be able to get a mirror through.
Okay, thank you.
Now that we're so close to that, can I use like an animal handling check to maybe find out what kind of animal it is?
That is not really what animal handling would be, but you could, if you like, try to make a nature check to see whether or not you can determine this. You're not going with a lot of information, though, so honestly, even a successful one might give you limited info, but nature would be the way to go if you want to give that a shot.
Natural 20.
Wow. So all of a sudden, Pyron's like, I shall just hit 20 after 20. So
Why did it roll? Why did it roll 2 times? I just see that.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know, but I should probably take the first one, which would be a 2.
I don't know. You might have set it to roll 2 die instead. I'm not sure.
I'm sorry then. I just.
So so you were pretty
Well,
confident.
then it's only a 2. Then it's not a 20.
Right, you're confident that that is definitely an animal. I mean, there's no question. You've heard animals, and this is an animal of some kind, snuffling.
That is a being that exists.
Yes, that definitely is a creature that makes noise.
I feel the need to tell it to my group. I think it's an animal.
Very astute observation. Thank you.
I look at Greta, sort of waiting for her to continue. Yes.
It's an animal. There, behind the door. Animal.
And I'm like, what door?
Right. Well, I roll my eyes. I'm just going to try and ease the door open, just enough to maybe peer around it.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check as you do that. Please.
Okay. 1d20 plus 5. Oof.
So
8.
So you begin to open up the door, and then you're like, and then as you're pushing it open, the door suddenly, which does not have, it has a little bit of resistance at first, but then you notice that there's a little bit of cloth that was placed to sort of hold the door closed, at least more than otherwise. And when you get past the cloth, the door's like blam, like basically against the door, and you see this. The number 2.
Number 2.
A short corridor opens into
It's
a
a
small
giant
room.
2!
The order.
Everybody cower!
Yes, it's a big 2. The odor of canine refuse assaults your nostrils immediately.
Gross. Oh.
Amidst a den created from smashed furniture and old linen are 2 enormous creatures that even Greta, with her previous role, knows to be wargs, massive, evil wolves. They growl and stare at you with intelligent, malevolent eyes. They do not,
Close the
however,
door.
attack immediately.
Close the door. Close the door.
Close the door,
Please.
close the door, close the door, close the door. Spike it.
Here's a serious question. Can animals use doors? Because in Deadbolt they can.
Right.
I
It
know
depends
they- I
on
know-
it depends on the animal.
It different-
It depends on the animal. So, what are you going to do?
I'm all
Does
for
this-
slam the door. Oh, close the door at least and spike it.
Okay.
Well,
So
did you want to check that it has like a latch on it? I mean, will it close? I'm worried about the cloth, whether or not that was
That's
the only
why-
thing keeping it closed.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I was saying maybe we should spike it shut.
So the only problem with the spiking thing, and you close the door as you hear the growling getting louder on the other side, and as you pull out an iron spike, you realize that part of the problem with the plan is that the door opens in, not out. And so
Wait.
spiking, although you could theoretically do it, means you're going to have to do it awfully quickly, because you hear now the growling getting more pronounced and louder.
We'll just go inside the room and then spike it from there.
Yes, I don't know why we didn't think of that.
I nominate Justice.
Take one for the team, Justice.
Yes. So go if you're going to use an iron spike, go ahead and make a strength check for me, please, as you try to hammer the spike into the bottom of the door.
I guess I'm right there, so I'll do that. That's strength plus 1. Hang on. Do. Oh dear.
So you're like, "Tick, tick, tick, why won't this thing go in?" as you're trying to hammer away. And suddenly you feel this enormous weight bang into the door and slam into you. Make a dexterity check to see if you can maintain your feet.
Okay, dex. Plus 3. Boy, if there's ever time to crit. Ooh, 90.
So you actually, so you're like, whoa, but you manage to kind of stumble back, but then regain your balance. You see that the door, which is slammed shut, is now beginning to open alarmingly again, and you think that the concern that Arthur had about the cloth may be true. The door does not seem to be locked very well.
Can Greta
wanna
and
help
I
him, I
both
wanna
step
help
in
him.
to help?
Yes, you can try. If both of you want to position yourselves, you get one more shot at trying to do that before we're going to have to get into some initiative here. So both of you can try to basically hold the door shut while Celsig makes the and tries to drive the spike down again. So for this one, Celsig, you're going to make an assisted strength check. So you're going to make a strength check, and then you're going to be adding +2 for Arthur and Greta's help in this one.
Okay. So I've got a plus 1, so it would be a total of plus 3 on that.
Plus
then.
3. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Come on, 14.
Okay, so you were able to spike it shut, at least for the moment, and you hear this wham, wham, as something is like throwing itself against the door, and then you hear this this chilling kind of like howl fills the hallway, and echoes down the. No.
You stepped on my foot.
Kind of... The door is kind of broken. Yes.
The door is definitely kind of broken. It seems like it'll hold for the moment, but it definitely is not locked shut.
Okay, I want to use one of my cantrips on the door, which is mending.
Okay. Let's see if we can. Let me make sure that mending can do that.
Go down the hallway, they said. Open the door, they said. It'll be fine.
It might have been Francine, they said. It might have been.
As long as the breakout here is no longer than 1 foot in any dimension, you mend it, leaving no trace of the former damage.
Yeah. About larger than 1 foot in any dimension. Okay, I'll allow that. Go ahead and do that as you hear it. Now, you are going to be doing this, though, at a negative because these things are continuing to throw themselves into the door. And again, you hear this, oh, you know.
Okay, how does this... So my spell thing, yeah, okay.
So, right, so what you're going to do is,
So
normally
what
would be...
what is the minus?
So what I'm going to ask you to do is, so it's you're going to be at a negative. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, I'm going to ask you to make a, let's make this a dexterity. No, actually, I take that back. Let's make this a Constitution check to see if you can maintain your concentration as you're trying to get this spell cast. But you will be at a negative because it's hard to concentrate when large wolf-like creatures are slamming the door that you're trying to fix.
So I roll 2, and you choose the
no negative. So you're whatever you roll, you'll get a minus. It's not disadvantage, so you can roll it normally. And I'll also give you a bonus to this for Arcana. So your Arcana bonus, and then minus the -1 that I just gave you. That's what you'll add total to your roll.
Arcana. What the hell is my Arcana bonus? Where do I find my? There it is. No, I don't have an Arcana bonus, so I just take a -1.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. I've got a 10.
So you use wham again against the door, but as you concentrate, you begin to see the other side, basically, of the lock essentially begin to close up, and eventually, with about after a few seconds, the door seems to be more or less sealed, or at least more sturdy. But as you see the sort of wham, you notice that the outside of the door, there's some dust falling of it, and there is a little bit of splintering that's starting to happen in the center of the wood.
I've noticed something about the door. If the door opens inwards into the room, wouldn't the slamming be further reinforcing the door rather than weakening it?
It's making it, well, it's not so much that it's reinforcing it, it weakens it in both directions, right? So as you're ramming into it, basically the door is being stressed in either direction. Otherwise, they would have blown through the door to attack you. So yes, it's helping in that sense that they're not able to sort of get through it, but it is putting pressure on the door nonetheless, because the door's got nowhere to go, hence the splintering.
All right, well,
this door will not hold any longer.
Perhaps we should get into position in preparation for what's going to happen.
Maybe I'll stand in front of the door with my sword.
Okay.
Just,
No, I think we should not be here when the door breaks down. We just move into the room to at the end of the corridor and hope that the dogs will eat some goblins.
We don't know what's down there. If we're going to do something like that,
probably got our scent.
Wham! Wham!
Most likely there won't be any walks in this room. So come on.
Oh, I don't think we should run away. I think we should get into position to fight whatever comes out of that door.
Yeah, I eat blind panic and just run all the way over here between everyone's legs.
Oh God!
Okay. I stand here to the, I guess it's the left of the door, and prepare my sword to slash anything.
On the left, then I'm going to
I
get over
prepare
here.
myself on the right-hand side of the door, alongside Dorian.
And then Greta, are you still opening the door to the west there?
Yes.
Okay. So the door is unlocked, and as you open it, and you hear the continual, again, wham, wham on the other door, you notice that it seems that this room has not been visited for a long time. There's a thick layer of dust hanging over the smashed crates and barrels and shelves, and there seems to be nothing and no one in the room at the moment.
Come on in here, everybody!
I'm going to get past that door now.
I decide that's not a bad idea and run over here.
Okay. All right. Who else is heading in?
Justice, are you going to stand here with me, or should we follow the other two?
Well, I'm keen to not die, but I'm not going to leave you on your own. So if you go, I'll go.
I've started making my way back down the corridor.
You see another big splinter start to appear in the door.
All right, Justice, let's fight this one out, and we have flanking as well, so I think we'll be okay.
Oh, this is gonna go great.
Okay.
Guys, are you crazy? Just get in here.
Why?
Celsig, what are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna at least catch up with Justice and wait and see what everyone else does from this point, because
Join us, brother.
Blade.
Beautiful battle.
I was gonna say I feel like I'm almost sort of contractually obligated to say they have a cave troll, but anyway. So you hear wham,
There is loot in here.
wham, wham.
What? Unfortunately, because I can't run between Justice's legs, because he's actually side onto the corridor.
I ready my crossbow.
Okay.
And move here.
Okay.
Maybe they come, maybe they won't.
So you hear a couple more sort of wham, wham, and then there's for a moment there's an sort of a eerie silence that settles in.
I'm going to get my sword ready. My sword and
I ready
shield
my
all ready to go. Dan is prepped for battle.
Okay. And then with one horrific smashing sound, whoosh, the door bursts open, and this not that large, fear not.
It's a little.
Although I was very tempted, but not that large.
Mega warg.
A warg which is 5 times the size of the temple. No, a warg comes flying out of the door, and basically barrels directly into you. And so what you're going to need to do to stay on your feet, Justice, is to make a strength check, because it literally runs right into you.
You got to tell me how to do that. I don't know how to do that.
This is where we learn about dice. So
I don't remember.
Okay, so on the left side of the screen, you should see there's that little sidebar, and right above the question mark is a little die icon, like a D20 rolling icon. You see that? Sorry, you said
clicked
you do?
on it.
Okay,
Clicked
so
on it.
if you click on it, then you'll be able to see the roll that you want there. You can roll on any of those dice individually, or you can roll a d20 and then you can add a certain number to it. So in this case, you want to roll a d20 and add your strength bonus to that.
No, don't ignore that. Ignore that. That was me trying to figure out what I'm doing.
I accidentally D20, clicked it, and wasted a crit. Good me.
Oh, man.
Add your points before you roll.
Well, I didn't know it was going to do it as soon as I clicked on it. I thought I was just picking which dice to use.
Okay. That's fine.
So I think it's +3, roll 1 d20 +3. I got
there you
42.
go.
Nice.
So you basically, he runs, and you essentially, you guys see this from the side, of course. You see Justice, his scales gleaming in his Justice, grabbing the warg as it grabs for his throat, and then basically casts him to the ground. As he does that, and the creature gets up, growling with its companion by its side, I would like us to do something we like to call initiative. Let's pop up some apple batter, you little piece of people. Okay.
Did it die immediately?
Yes!
Oh, Dark Saber, my goodness.
It did not die immediately.
Yeah.
No. Sadly not.
Okay.
Broke
Okay.
his neck on pie.
Do I have to roll
What
too?
number do
Yes.
I use?
So for this
initiative?
one, everyone should have an initiative number on your sheet. That's usually just your dexterity bonus. So a d20 plus whatever your dex bonus is, that's your initiative roll.
It doesn't follow INT. INT doesn't stand for initiative.
No, that's int is intelligence. In all likelihood, I'm not looking at the sheet, but I'm guessing.
DEX is dexterity, the modifier for that thing.
Yeah,
Right,
so
which means,
+1.
Which means, Doran, I think you didn't do that right, because it's not intelligence.
Where's the
initiative
point
is
again?
top right of the sheet where it says character, where you've got like your name, race, etc.
There we
Third
go.
row down, size,
Oh,
height,
okay,
weight,
sorry.
speed, initiative.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna roll again
let's
because I didn't do that right.
Yep.
So
There it is.
Pyron's
That's
got an
with the proper
11.
details.
Justice has got a 7. Let's see. Arthur has got a 9. We have a lot of stunned people here, despite your preparations. All except Celsig, who's like, I'm ready. Like, I'm good to go.
14's not
Not
bad.
halfway with his rapier, just like, come on, come on, come on.
But Doran, I think you need to re-roll that, because I'm pretty sure you used intelligence. -1
Oh,
for
I've
intelligence.
messed up. Yeah, you're right. I hit the wrong button. There we go. Oh, I'll take that.
Well, I was
That's still
gonna say,
pretty
good.
That's
I'll
even
take
better.
That's great.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
And no problem. I saw it. I was like, I don't think It would be funny if intelligence was based on initiative, just like, really, if I had paid more attention in school, I could have moved faster in combat. Okay, let's see. This is... Oh my gosh. The wargs were very ready for you, apparently.
Oh,
Great.
Dogs.
Well, they were hoping we would still be there, right?
Yeah, they seem a little bit surprised. Okay.
Good to know you've got our back, Byron.
I love Pyron just occasionally, Greta just sort of rolling her eyes, like, why would you do that? Oh, right. Crossbow.
Come down the corridor, they said.
Well, she's at a good distance for crossbowing, I suppose.
That's true. Okay, let's... So...
You could have just caught the warg and crushed its throat, you know?
Well, I was hoping to do that, but my initiative was too low.
You do actually think that you did a little bit of damage to it.
Yay!
Okay. All right. I need to get the initiative tracker running on this thing next time, which makes it a little bit easier to follow instead of doing it the old-fashioned way, but whatever. Okay, so, Doran, what's your dexterity?
It is +2.
What's your... Well, no, just the raw
Oh, sorry,
score,
it's a 14. It's 14.
Okay.
Why am I out of focus?
Okay. Celsig, you were up first. What are you going to do?
I am going to take a stab at the warg with my rapier.
Okay. Which you're able to do, basically sneaking sort of around the corner and with his legs. Okay. So go ahead and do that.
Commence Operation Meat Shield. 1d20 plus 5. 19!
Yes, that's a hit.
Right, and I'm going to apply my sneak attack damage because Justice is also in range and I'm not disadvantaged. I'm remembering this time.
Yep.
So this is when it's going to get complicated now. So I've got 1d6 plus 1d8 plus 3.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me do this. 1d6 plus 1d8.
Mano, this adventure started on the second day of ArvCon, so it started last month on my channel.
That didn't work because I didn't do /. Whoops.
And it's 5e, Mulbin, in case you're wondering.
14.
Okay. All right. So you definitely hurt it pretty badly. You strike it through its fur, blood wells up.
Did he sink its battleship?
He did not sink its battleship, nor did he drink its milkshake. But nonetheless, they continue to be in battle. So Celsig, are you going to stay where you are, or are you, or what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to just stay there.
Okay. Doran, that leaves you. Now, you're a little bit constrained by this corridor, but you can theoretically get a hit in if you want, or an attack in on this warg that is fighting Justice.
All right, I will do that if I can pass through. Who was that there?
Well, that would be true normally, Chris, but the warg actually was thrown down to the ground by Justice. Had he overborne him, which is what he was trying to do, then they would have some trouble with that. But actually, Justice stands tall, so to speak.
Yes.
I'm going to use that just
tall
all
as
the
a
time.
mountain,
Justice
strong
is
as steel.
Tall. Yes.
He's our solid waller dragon.
Yes, exactly. No, that's a good thought. But actually, it worked out that Justice was like, "Screw you, Wolf." Head to the ground. So,
broke its neck.
Okay, so sorry. So you so go ahead and roll then for me, Doran, because you can get it
right.
if you like.
Oh yes,
Hits.
finally.
Woo!
Something.
Hit.
All right, so I'm using my longsword two-handed, and we will make that attack a 10.
All right, you actually absolutely decapitate it. Like you just,
Yes.
it was thrown to the ground, stabbed by a rapier, and then it had its head removed, lopped it off, and drops to the ground with a thud.
That's teamwork.
And it goes down. And as that happens, you hear this horrible, blood-curdling howl. And you look up to see what you can only presume is its mate that now charges directly at you.
Oh, boy.
So it's running down the hallway. And then it leaps. Now, it's going to try. It's sort of dealing with you, so it really is angry at you. But because Justice is in the way, it's going to have a hard time, or a harder time hitting you. So let's see what happens. Let's see. Yes. So it basically sort of throws itself at you. But because Justice is in the way, you manage to sort of duck out of the way, and it misses you. It slams into the wall, and then turns around growling. So we're now at very close quarters. It's basically like within range of the both of you.
Nice.
All right, Greta. You see a bunch of people fighting in very close quarters with a wolf. By which I mean warg.
I don't think shooting them all with a crossbow would do any good.
No, it would be hard to get through the two of them anyway.
So I drop the crossbow and draw my mace and move in, and if I can get a hit on the walk, I will do. If not, I will just move in.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to move in because there's too much traffic right now in between you and him, you and the wolf, I should say, the warg. But you can move closer, so yeah. So you can do that.
This?
You're probably gonna be. It's more likely. I'm gonna move people where they are. It's more likely you can be behind them, those two. So basically those two are in a row, if you follow. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Okay. Now, one thing you can do, by the way, I just want to mention to everybody is the possibility, for those of you who haven't seen this before, by the way, many of these people Pyron has played before, but most of the folks here have not played D&D before. So I'm giving a couple of sort of things to let them know about stuff that as time goes on, I will not have to mention. But I wanted to mention, just so you know, about the held action, that you could, if you wish, sort of choose to hold your action until it reveals itself or until one of my enemies, one of my allies falls, then I will hit it with my mace, if you so chose. I'm just letting you know you could do that if you wanted, Greta.
Oh yeah, if I get a strike on the walk, I will take the strike, no matter the reason.
Gotcha. All right, sounds good. All right, Arthur, you got a warg in your grill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think because it's sort of close quarters combat, I'd like to see if I can try my shocking grasp.
Okay. Shocking.
Nice. Shocking, I know.
Sounds like a plan. All right. I believe that's a touch attack, if I'm not mistaken. It's a melee spell attack. You do not have advantage on the attack roll because the target is definitively not wearing metal armor. However, it is there and in front of you.
Okay, so what do I roll to determine
So
this?
it's going to be so you're going to have a spell, you're going to have like a spell casting bonus that's listed on there. What you're going to do basically is make a melee spell attack. I'm not looking at the sheet though, so I don't know where they put it on your
casting bonus. Where would I find that in my sheet?
don't know where it is on here. Let me.
I've got a spell attack modifier, proficiency bonus, and ability modifier.
Yeah,
the
spell attack. Yeah, the spell attack modifier is what I'm looking at. There should be.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I've got it. I've got the number.
All right.
And on top of what die?
And then you're going to be just making a simple D20, but you're going to be adding your spell attack modifier added to your strength because you're making a melee attack. So you're actually strength plus spell attack modifier.
Okay, strength plus spell attack modifier plus D20. Okay, well, I've got 0 for strength, so let's roll that.
Yeah, absolutely. Your grasp, you sort of grasp the wolf by the scruff. Bzzz, lightning shoots through it. Okay, go ahead and roll an 8-sided die, a 1d8, to see how much damage you do. 7. All right, yeah, you shock the hell out of it. Bzzz, and it's kind of like, and you smell burnt fur.
I feel kind of bad now.
It looks up at you soulfully. Justice sort of like gives you the like, the puppy eye.
Question: do I get a flank bonus?
Do you get a flat? No, not in this case because you're just not as far as to hit. Well, you already made the to hit roll. Under normal circumstances, you probably would have gotten a flank bonus actually, but not for damage because the shock is the shock. You're not going to shock it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Call PETA. Exactly, yeah. All right, speaking of Justice, you have, after having thrown the wolf down and seeing the other one decapitated, you're now looking at this creature which stares up at you.
Is it possible to tame it? Is that a thing that can happen?
It's a little too late for that.
I was going to say, taming might have been more effective before killing its mate and shocking it.
Yeah, well, it's mostly dead, but not entirely dead. So we got some time to work with here.
You got some time to work with. It's actually not that close to death yet. It is definitely hurt, but it's not that close to death. You can certainly make an attempt if you like to tame it.
How to do that? To actually do that? I want to do that.
Do you have animal handling?
That's a very good question. Where would I find
under your
such
skills,
a wonderful thing?
Under your skills, you'll see a list of skills, and if it's proficient, you'll see it checked off if it's trained. So you'll see a little X or a check mark next to that skill if you have it.
I have a -1.
Okay. So, you can feel free to do what you like.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
We're going to do it.
All right, so as you turn to this, tell me how you're taming it. What are you physically going to try to do?
Well, that's a very good question.
That's why I asked it.
I'm going to attempt to speak to it in its native language.
Okay.
Jesus.
As the DM hurriedly looks to see whether or not the native language exists as an option. Do you speak Goblin or Warg?
I have an ability that one of these things in here, languages based on background, I can pick a language.
Well, technically that needed to be done beforehand, but I will allow.
Well, technically, nobody told me.
Okay, so go ahead. You could choose Goblin if you like, because it's certainly a prominent thing you're going to discover here. So you could choose that if you like.
Is that the language that it would speak?
Yeah, it's one of its languages. Yes, it is. Wargs often work with goblins, so you can speak to it. What are you going to say to it in Goblin?
Dang! Stop asking so many questions.
How about something like, "Who's a good doggy? Who's a good doggy?"
Maybe give him some rations.
Seems to be getting upset as time passes.
I have no idea.
Well, then hit it.
No, this will work.
Use your words.
Use your words, and let's go here.
I'll find this is. I will kindly ask it to chill out, brah. Those are the words.
So you use the words in Goblin, chill out, brah. How does that sound in Goblin, roughly speaking?
These are the words. That's all that's coming to me right now. So
chill out, brah. All right. So tell me how that sounds in Goblin. How is that in Goblin? Just give me a rough estimate. Just give me a rough estimate. You know.
That's not happening.
Okay.
We'll leave that as part of the fiction.
All right, fine. So go ahead and make your 20. I am going to give you though a -5 to this, insofar as he's really not in the mood to be dealt with at the moment under the circumstances. So go ahead, make your roll.
I just need to. Okay. Do I need to? So because I got do I need to do anything with the -1 thing?
Yeah. Well, so you're -5. So you're going to be rolling a d20. You're going to be. Oh yes, you're adding that to it. Yes. So it's a -6 total. So you're going to be rolling a d20 and then a -6.
How do I make it negative? I only have plus.
I think you can add a negative number to it.
Go down. You can just.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tap down.
All right. 1d20 with a -6. This is perfect. This is going to go fantastic.
Chris.
All right.
I love it.
Here we go. I'm closing my eyes for this because this is the dumbest thing I've done in my life when it comes to this thing that we're doing here. Here we go.
Wow.
It's perfect.
So
You just
so you reach down to it and you're like, okay, just chill out, brah. But the way that it comes out to him is like this. Chill out, brah! Like right into its face, like right screaming into its. So it's like, oh, and then like immediately like snaps at you in response.
That would have been beautiful if it would have worked. It would have been beautiful.
Yes, it seems enraged beyond possible reaching at this point.
Chill out, bro.
But it really is sort of like the clown trying to make the little kid feel better, like, why aren't you happy? Ah! So you're up.
It's like the Santa Claus in A Christmas Story.
Yes, exactly right.
Just makes it worse.
Oh my God. Okay, Celsig, you just saw Justice attempt a moment, but unfortunately, the Arms of the Angels PETA theme song did not work out in his favor, and the Warg seems very, very displeased with Justice. Very displeased at this moment.
Is it possible for me to squeeze past into the doorway so that I can take another stab at the warg?
I'm going to say yes for you because you're a halfling. It would be difficult for anybody else, but you're able to sort of scramble next to him. Yes.
Yeah. Excellent. So then I will take a stab at him with my rapier.
Okay.
Wow, a 1d20 plus 5. 15.
Hit.
Ooh, I get to do sneak attack again.
Yeah, I would say he was not very focused on you. He was focused at the big bad dragon thing.
Look,
So I rolled
you didn't see its eyes staring into your soul.
It was, it's
all right?
true.
I
It
had
was.
to try.
It was totally
I
was.
had to try.
Okay, so 10 points of damage. So you really strike it solidly in the side. Roar! So you really strike it solidly in the side, and it seems to be fairly hurt at this point. Dorn.
All right, I'm gonna try and one-handed kind of slide in between all this mess and just kind of stab it with my longsword one-handed there.
Okay.
So,
All right, you can do so. Wow.
apparently I can do so.
You are the wolf
Yes.
killer. My God.
Oh
All
my
right.
goodness.
Critical. So what that means is max damage.
Oh, good.
In my games anyway. So
Okay.
so that means that you've got normally 8, so 13. So once again, you lop off the head a second time. You are the ward killer. You lop off the head for a second time. The head drops to the ground. And as it falls to the ground and lands, you hear there's sort of an eerie silence. And then from the shadows of the room to the south, you hear, specifically you, Dorn, hear this.
Oh, fuck this.
Not puppies.
What?
You're gonna take them home, you know that.
Oh man. I go and
Justice,
investigate the sound.
I've got an idea.
Justice had the right idea here.
And
Okay.
everyone was like, "Oh, you're doing something stupid. Just kill the thing."
Yes, that's right. I have a house rule, Fred, where I have critical doing max. Because I don't like that critical rule that 5e instituted, because I don't think it's critical enough. So that also means that they do more criticals, like they do more damage on criticals themselves, the bad guys. But fortunately, we haven't had to deal with that yet. But yes, that's true. Under normal 5th edition, you roll the dice twice and add your damage as normal. So, all right. So you go down, and what you see is, first of all, there's a series of there's straw, there's piles of straw and cloth and things like that around the room. There is kind of a foul smell. And you see one of the cloth piles, Dorn, seems to be kind of shivering. At
What
least
have
it's
we
trembling.
done? I go to investigate the cloth pile.
Okay. So it's you definitely seems to be trembling as if there's something beneath it.
All right, I lift it up.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure, Fred.
Yeah.
So you see a small, tiny, incredibly cute little wolfen head, gray head that kind of looks up at you, and it's like very small.
Kill him now,
And it kind of snuffles at your hand, and then it
Oh.
kind of waddles over to you and nuzzles your leg.
Oh no.
You've been adopted.
I pick it up with its little blankie bundle and kind of start to,
Okay.
Give us
Cuddle
your
it.
best Canadian sorry.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry what I just did to your parents.
Again, you hear the with the arms of an angel. All right. So you pick up this this awfully, incredibly innocent, sweet-looking puppy, and there are still a bunch of other piles of straw and things like that around this room. Also, I don't know if anyone was going over to the western room, but that also could be explored as well. But it's up to you guys.
I was
I
waiting
go to
till
the western room because I
Yeah.
dropped my crossbow there.
Yeah, okay. It's vanished. No, I'm just kidding. You do find it there in the western room. Also in the western room, there are a bunch of, as I said, these smashed crates and barrels and shelves. If you took a little bit of time, you could probably look below the level, and the same thing for you, Dorn. Or I think that's you, right, Dorn, is down below?
That's me.
You could also look at the area down below, if you like, by looking under things, like you did with the cloth, basically.
I don't think I'm in any condition right now to look at anything. I'm just
You're holding a wolf.
emotionally crushed and
Yes.
holding a...
Yes.
Or-
and I ain't digging through poo.
Orphan
I'll go
warg.
through room 3.
So is anyone else going down to
Monster.
the south or not?
I pick up my crossbow and I join Doran and check on the puppy.
Okay. Yeah, and the puppy looks to be, very frightened, obviously, but seems unhurt, and might even be a little bit hungry. It's kind of like snuffling.
No.
Feed him the parents.
Yeah.
He has big gray eyes that stare up into you. Big gray eyes.
Was there any food for it in room number 2? anywhere?
There do seem to be like bits of raw meat. God knows from when they were put in here. Raw meat, definitely. There's definitely the smell of blood in here as well. So you think you might be able to, if you did a little bit of a search, sort of assemble enough food. Because it's not so big that it has to just, mother's milk type of thing. You would think that it's old enough that it could maybe eat a little bit.
Okay, good.
I'd like to sort of go into the room and look for food, but at the same time, I'd like to determine where the meat is actually from, because I think we need to know more about this environment, who put them in there, and what was potentially put in there with them.
Okay, so as you're doing this search, make a nature check. Celsig, I'll come up to you in just 1 second for that other room.
Okay.
But make a nature check for me to see if you have nature. If not,
I do, yes.
Okay, so go ahead and roll and add that bonus. We're going to see whether you can figure out what this indeterminate meat is. Finally, people see the truth. Exactly, members.
I think I can just determine that it is not gold.
Yeah, it's definitely meat. It's sort of like, you go into the store, luncheon meat, and nobody ever knows what that means. That's kind of what this is. It's sort of...
Oh, so hot dogs. It's hot dogs.
It's hot dogs,
Spam.
yes. It's Spam. It's sort of some indeterminate meat. You're pretty sure that, and this may sound gross, but it's not warg. It's not warg. It's conceivable that it might even be goblin, maybe human. It seems kind of stringy and tough, but it seems like it's doable, or it's edible. And while you're in the process of doing that, by the way, looking for the food, you also find a glint of silver sort of catches your eye as you're moving around, and you find a silver necklace that's lying in this room as well.
Oh, can I take the silver necklace?
If you like.
Well, I'd like to pick. I don't want to take it. I want to pick it up and try and identify it, and I want to show it to Doran and Greta to see if they recognize it.
Okay. It really looks to be just sort of like a normal silver necklace. There's nothing in particular that stands out historically about it, but it looks like it's probably pretty valuable if you had to guess. Perhaps taken on one of the goblin's raids of conquest, and then perhaps the goblin didn't make it out of this room, and maybe that's the indeterminate meat that you're looking at, for example. But, yes.
I look at Doran and the puppy and I say, I really hope he's old enough so you don't have to chew his food for him.
Okay, meanwhile, Celsig, you, I assume, are turning the other room upside down, basically?
Oh, yes.
Okay, make a perception check for me, please.
Okie dokie. Perception +5.
Okay.
9.
Okay. So you're continuing to search, and you like, I mean, again, there's a bunch of wood and things here, sort of like smashed plates, crockery, things like that. And then on one side, sort of the room, you actually find a sort of an unusual thing. It's a small black disc. And you're pretty sure well, I don't know if you pick it up, actually. What do you do with the disc? It's about 18 inches across, you would guess.
I'm going to attempt an Arcana check on it.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
To see if I can maybe figure out if it's magic. I've got +2. Hang on, 1d20 +2. Not being magically inclined, I only got 11, but worth a try.
Meanwhile, the warg puppy is beginning to lick your hand, Dorn.
Aww.
Don't you feel so bad decapitating its parents?
Name it.
Okay, so you're really not able to tell if there's anything magical about it, Celsig, but you would say it's about 18 inches across. It's about an inch thick, but you do note that it is made, you're pretty confident, of obsidian. If you had to guess, it's the very same material as the statues that are from the first room are made.
How big is 18 inches?
18 inches across, so... That's like basically 1.5 feet, so I don't know what that works out. I don't know what that works out to in meters, damn it. Let's see.
No, wait, that's not right at all. Sorry.
Yeah, help me out, metric system conversion people.
No, that is right. 45 centimeters. It's 1.5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
45 centimeters. Okay. And that's what you see down there.
That's a huge disc.
Pretty sizable.
Is it heavy? Can I pick it up?
You can definitely pick it up. It's about an inch thick. God help me to find out how many centimeters that is. It's about an inch thick, but it's got weight, but it's definitely not something you have to like strain under. But it definitely it's you can definitely feel its weight in your hand as you lift it.
Okay. I'll grab it and bring it over to the rest of the party.
Oh, there you go, Koala. Yes, you've actually found the obsidian
with that
dev.
disc. You stay back there with that unidentified disc, sir.
Hey, look what I found.
Okay, so
know what it is.
So now what
It's a
are you?
landmine.
It's a landmine, exactly.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Why would you do that?
Look valuable.
Okay, so now, what do you guys want to do? You've got, again, an eerie silence has settled in over the temple.
I also want to have a look at that room, so I'll also move there.
Okay.
And take a look.
Go ahead and make a perception check. Same thing for me, which is wisdom.
I better make a note of that disc.
12.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that Celsig has given this a pretty good once-over. The stuff that's here is basically just stuff that's going to weigh you down, splinters of wood, a couple of metal bits here and there, some smashed pottery, but nothing that really seems to be interesting. In fact, it's sort of odd to you that the only thing that was found that was unusual was that disc. You know, why they would have left it there, the goblins or whoever else was in this room, but nonetheless, that's the reality. So, the disc was signed by Carl Sagan, yes. That's exactly right. All right. So now,
welcome to ask to check it if you like. Out of character.
Then I come and have a look at the disc. There you are.
So it's a plain black disc. Again, it's made of obsidian. You're pretty sure it's the same material as the statues in the front. And other than that, seems fairly unremarkable. There's no markings on it that you can tell. It just seems to be a relatively smooth black obsidian disc. But obsidian is a very difficult material to work with, especially, you know, in times of yore, as it were. It's difficult to work with this material, so for them to have made a perfect and smooth circle means that there was a good amount of workmanship that went into making this disc.
Can I use my stone cunning stuff on it to just maybe get some more information?
You can try, sure. You can try.
23.
23. What you are definitely able to determine is that this disc is old. It's ancient. You would guess that it is far older than any of the creatures you've encountered here. Probably, you would guess, as old as the temple itself. This is an old disc.
Is it dwarven made?
No, does not appear to be. But you're not sure what make it is. It's alien to you.
But you said it's the same material as the two statues.
You would guess. Certainly seems like it.
Okay. Well then, this seems to be a very, very ancient thing. I would say it's from the same material as the two statues we encountered in the first room, and as far as I can say, it's not made by dwarves, but it's pretty awesome for stonework, although it's not made by dwarves.
despite it being not dwarvish, it's still okay.
Okay. I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who might appreciate something like this, then, and I stash it in my pack.
Would I be able to use some of my knowledge on that to further investigate?
What depends on what you're looking for. Are you trying to figure out like if it's magical determination or what?
Yes. Well, I have arcana and knowledge in religion.
Well, it depends on the kind of thing you're trying to do. If you're trying to get a sense of its religious sort of significance, or if it's got magical significance, that would change things. Yeah, it's an obsidian disc with Knights of the Old Republic 2. Even older than that, G Pudding. Even older than that.
Okay, I think I want to check if it has any sort of magical significance.
Okay, go ahead and make that roll then.
Okay. How?
Sorry. So make a 20-sided roll, but you're going to add your Arcana bonus to that die roll.
So you know what? I actually will change my mind. I think I'm just remembering the statues now. I think I actually might want to do that religion, actually.
Okay. So then same thing, except you're going to add your religion bonus to it. So whatever your religious bonus is.
Yep, got it.
And then you're going to add that to the 20-sided die roll.
Got it.
Yeah,
I'm rolling terribly today.
You don't know. I mean, it's definitely clear to you that this is not a disc that was made for some practical utilitarian function in the sense of you wouldn't use this to eat, right? I mean, you could tell that, but there were definitely discs like this that were used in rituals in the past. I mean, you're certainly familiar with that. Whether this is such a disc and whether there is such a ritual or such a whatever, you don't know. But it was definitely constructed for something other than just I use this to throw at somebody or something.
Okay, and I'd like to quote Asthea in chat.
Right, not play discus, correct, with that, yeah.
I'd like to quote Asthea in chat. I don't want to say it, but aliens.
Well, that's what everybody, yeah, but aliens, well-known meme face, exactly. By the way, just before these guys go on, hi everybody. We are just about halfway through so far this session of D&D with the wonderful Pyron Jade, Megapie-Man, Flaos, Darksaber, and of course Chrono Wolf. All of them playing as part of the GOG.com stream team's now regular D&D campaign, Temple of the Nightbringers. I am super excited. I love D&D. These guys are great. So now, having said that, it's back to you guys. So. What do you guys want to do? You've created quite a ruckus again, but again there is silence, and the wolf the wolf puppy continues to nuzzle you, Dorn.
Oh,
hang on.
Goodness.
Since we're still trying to determine what this disc is, and since it has been previously been discovered that I have the ability to speak with animals, I would like to ask our newest ally if they have and show them our the disc of strange origin, and ask them if they happen to know anything about it.
Okay, do you mean showing it to the
puppy?
Do you mean showing it to the warg puppy?
Yes, our newest ally. That since I can now communicate with animals, I understand them. I'm one of them.
Although your knowledge,
no.
Yeah, although your communication skills with puppies is well documented, I'm sorry to say, Justice, that this puppy is far too young to be communicating with anything except at the moment, definitely not language ready. So it might be as inclined to bite as to do anything with it. Yes.
I'm raising my hand here. Is it okay if I do another roll, this time do an arcana check on it to see if it was used for perhaps magical ceremonies?
I thought you were going to do a check on Justice to prevent him from talking to the wolf.
Well, he'd probably need a sanity check if I could do that
all right?
too.
It was a good plan. Okay, yes, you may do that. You may do that for sure.
Okay,
so again, 20-sided, but this
that.
time with the arcana basis.
As we're still standing here and looking at the disc, I'll also look at the disc religiously.
Okay, go ahead and do that, Greta. That's fine. You can make that roll while he's doing his.
16.
Can we get a move on? My arms are getting tired.
Okay, I'll deal with that
This is
16 in a minute.
my disc going.
So this is religion 16.
Yep, I'll deal with that 16 in a minute. Arthur, what have I got from you?
Another 5 plus 3.
Oh, it's another 8? That was the same number. So you're like, again, there might be some magical quality to it, maybe, but you don't necessarily sense anything per se. It just looks like an obsidian disc with all the previous caveats I mentioned. What you determine, Greta, is that although you can't get anything specific, you are aware, as I mentioned previously to Arthur, that there are rituals that involved objects of this type, and that typically these things were used to trigger, to create, to generate something within the course of either a ritual or a spell or something of that nature. That there were, ward stones, some people call them, or other things like that. So it's possible that this is one of those things, but it's impossible to tell, what specifically. There's no note as to which one. So.
What was word stones?
Ward stones, W-A-R-D.
Ward stones.
Ward stones, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Memories Napier points out this is called Stream Team Stares at a Disc for 90 minutes, hosted by Arlen Elleron.
Where did you find
with the door?
At least it's not a door. At least
Where was it located?
Yeah.
Well, it should be Celsig running at us with it.
I know. It was in the room to the west. That room to the far west.
No. I'm like, look at this.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll stare at the disc for a few seconds again and say this might be maybe a ward stone used in a religious ceremony to create something, but I can't really be sure, and I really think we should be moving on.
Before we move on, since it is very fishy, I would like to check room number 3 for secret passages.
Okay. So you can go into 3, and you're going to make an investigation check in room 3. And I
can't
imagine...
rotate my guy anymore because his rotate thing is underneath these weird buttons on the top.
Oh, I had that.
I imagine
really
I can move. There you go. I have this image, by the way, of Justice, this massive Dragonborn paladin, mime style, going along the wall, like as he's to find the secret passages.
Well, it's going to be just like in Doom. Dan's going to take the top. I'm going to take the bottom.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and make the investigation check, and there should be something which says investigation as a skill on there. If you don't have that, then it would just be for this one basically would be wisdom.
I have a +1 investigation.
All right. So then go ahead and make your 20-sided die and add that roll and add the +1 to it.
It's good to do positive rolls for a change.
Exactly, Admiral. Oomph, 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 oomph.
8.
So
Won't
you don't
budge.
know, but
Need
the
a
walls
key.
seem pretty solid to you. I mean, you're pretty. You don't think that there's anything going out of here. You feel pretty good about it. You punch the wall a couple
Shame.
times to make sure.
Man. All right, fine, I guess.
Right. I'm with
nothing
Greta
there.
now. Let's move on. I think we should disappear from this area and go to the north.
Totally
Okay.
agree.
All right.
Okay.
You're carrying, by the
Salsic,
way,
lead the
still
way.
the puppy, I assume. You're carrying the puppy still, Dorn?
Oh, I'm cradling that puppy, and I'm
No,
filled
no,
with
don't. That's a
emotions.
stupid idea. That's a stupid idea. Don't look.
You think
Does somebody
you
has-
wanna leave it with what's her name outside so it doesn't like die in here?
It pants at you.
Look, you will need your hands free to wield your sword. Does somebody have a cloak or something? We can make it like
Well,
a backpack for you, like
I
a
had a
baby
cloak.
carrying
It
just with a
burned.
puppy.
It puts
there
its
was- there was
paws
a
up
cloth.
like this. It puts its paws up like this, like just peeking up over the little cloth that you have. It's like.
Is the cloth big enough to tie like around my neck as a sling or something
Yes.
like that?
Yes, it is.
Okay, we're gonna baby carry this walk. No problem. No problem.
Yes.
All right,
Yes, it is.
that's
Not
what
with
we're
that.
doing.
Tragedy.
Oh man. Okay. So up you go. Presumably with people in the same. Now, are you sending yourself forward, Celsig, but just by yourself to stealth, or is everybody going?
I was gonna stealth ahead a bit.
I
and
would
see what the heck-
suggest
Please
him
stealth.
stealthing as much as he can.
Okay. All right. So
stealth ahead.
you stealth up and find yourself at a T-junction. The passageway extends pretty far to the west, a good probably, I don't know, 80, 90 feet, and the requisite effect in the systems of metrics that everyone else in the world uses besides the U.S., and the same to the east. So roughly the same to the east and west. And if you go down a little bit farther towards each passageway, you could see the end of it.
I will do that before beckoning everyone up. I will just sort of try and peek my head round the corners just to see
Okay.
how far the corridors really go. So just sort of like here and just round,
Yep.
and then over to that side and the same again.
They go pretty far. There's some flickering light.
Okay.
And then this way.
Okay.
But you're pretty
And then-
sure, although you can't be positive, that to the right, so to the east, over here, sorry, hold on a second, to the east here, that the passageway extends and then maybe turns. Whereas over here, you think you might see the faint outline in the flickering torchlight that's on the walls of a door.
I would like to listen to see if I can discern that chanting I heard earlier.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. D20 plus 5. 23.
Okay. You don't necessarily hear that sound anymore. You don't hear any like growling. You also don't hear any of the that you were hearing before. But
We don't hear the growling anymore.
you
Yeah, I
don't,
know.
you don't the growling is gone. You do, however, hear a very gentle, sweet whimpering sound, which is coming from a sling currently borne by Dorn. But what you think you might hear is, it's sort of hard to explain, but it sounds like sort of a, like possibly water moving, or maybe it's like a there's sort of a shimmering sound, like a twinkling, like a sound of a bead curtain almost being brushed aside, might be the way you would describe it, that's coming from the west.
Okay. I sort of beckon everybody up to me, giving them the all thumbs up sign.
Okay.
I wait
Right,
for them
let's do
to
this.
assemble.
Okay.
We must assemble our party before venturing forth.
Avengers assemble.
I'm gonna hang back because I'm usually have the ranged weapons.
There you go, Pi. Now you're facing the right
Thank
way.
you. Now I'm not walking backwards all day.
Okay, I'm sorry. Say that again, Arthur. Say that again. I apologize.
I'm gonna hang back towards the back because I have the more proficiency with the ranged weapons.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, all right. And now, which way? Indeed, as you look down the corridor, you're pretty sure that this does come to an end at a door. In fact, right there.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I let everybody know we got a door down on our left there, and
Are
it
we
looks
sure it's
like
a
a
door?
corridor. I punch Doran on the knee.
As you do so, the puppy kind of snarls at you a bit. Rawr.
Ooh. You better
And then-
watch yourself.
Then goes back to
It's going to divide our group.
then goes back to
I
licking
pulled the
flails.
puppy.
It goes back to licking Doran.
Okay, did you hear anything or see anybody? Self-check.
I can make out what sounds like water, maybe beads or something from behind that door.
Beetles?
Doesn't sound like nothing living.
Like beetles?
Beetles? It didn't. I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with beetles. I mean, my uncle had some in his beard one time, but that's about it.
Strange.
We could try a tide.
I
Go
would
ahead.
appreciate us not dealing with another door for as long as we could possibly pull that off.
Yes.
I'll
I
have a
was just
look
gonna
down
flip
the
a
right corridor.
Okay.
We-
As you look over to the right, indeed, as Selsig had suggested it to you, the corridor extends and then turns to the north. And you obviously can't see any more from this vantage point.
Okay. Well, then I think we should go down this corridor to where I'm looking at.
Okay.
There's also always the plan of we could split up until something horribly goes wrong.
Certainly. Splitting the party is always a good idea. Okay.
Well, we do have an animal mascot character now,
You do. That's
so
true.
we can solve mysteries together.
You do, indeed. All right, so you guys are heading east or west. Which way do you guys want to go?
We can always flip a coin.
You got a
I
coin?
say we go east.
Of course,
Yeah,
I've got
you know
a
what? I
coin.
think we should avoid the door. We haven't had good luck with doors so far,
Maybe
so
just-
maybe let's just go east.
Fair enough.
Says Doran
I
guiltily.
Well, the man with he's got door in his name.
Yeah.
He wants to avoid it.
Dorn. Yeah.
I'll go ahead to the corner and stop up and pull out my mirror.
Okay. Using your mirror, you're able to see that the passageway does indeed extend. Scrappy-Doo, nice. Oh God, no! Most annoying character in the history of cartoons. Okay, the passageway extends to the north and extends a little bit farther than what your mirror can show, but definitely it goes up to the north farther than this.
Okay, I guess not much else to do. I will. Can I see anything along the corridor that looks suspicious, like paving stones or flagstones maybe out of place that might, suddenly blades situation type thing?
Go ahead and make a make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Dorn was known as Dorn Doorsborn. True story.
23.
Wow, just
I'm on
Selsig
fire.
just like rocking up the numbers. Yeah, you're you don't think there's anything particularly suspicious here. The hallway is made of the same kind of regular older temple stone, and as I said, there are these sconces in which several torches are set, light flickering off of them, the sort of long burning torches. But there doesn't seem to be anything in particular that stands out as being trapped to you, although, of course, you can never be 100% sure, but you feel fairly comfortable that this is more or less just what you see is what you get.
Okay. I just turn around to everyone and says, continues up a ways, and then we've got another choice to make, so shall we? And with that, I toddle off up the corridor.
I follow.
Okay. As you go up farther, you can see that up to the north, the corridor opens up into this circular chamber, and then there is a passageway which extends off to the west. So you can continue to move up into it. You can actually see that it's a circular room that you're walking into if you keep going to the north.
Oh no!
I was actually going to
room from
quickly
Zork
check
again.
round this. I was going to check round this corner before proceeding further. Not going to blindly walk past, so pull out my mirror again.
All right. This thing, the mirror allows you to see about that far down the corridor, and again, seems to extend off into the distance. Probably farther than you can see just with your mirror.
Okay, I said, all clear down that way, I say, pointing to the left. And then we've got whatever that is ahead of us.
It looks like a big
Thoughts?
7 to me.
And you've got, if you look down below at the floor, you don't need to make a perception check for this because it's obvious. Just around here, as you're entering the room, or before the entrance to the room, you see something scribbled on the ground in dark coal. So coal has been used of some kind to scribble these dark marks into the ground. It's not a language. It's definitely not written in Common. But
it's written in Goblin.
It is, in fact. And
Can I read it?
Yes. It says in Goblin, keep out.
Now, is that...
So, Goblin telling other goblins to keep out?
Sounds worth investigating.
Does the scribbling bear any resemblance to that door with the room we set on fire? Because that had writing on it too.
Also, it looks to be similar kinds of writing. Yes.
Maybe we should follow what it says this time.
Yep, let's go to the left.
Well, we dealt with the zombies so easily.
Says you.
And if there is evil to be vanquished, then it must be vanquished.
You can also hear the sound. You can also hear the sound of what sounds like
zombies?
Water dripping or trickling coming from the northern room.
That will be the... I think that's the sound I heard. Very similar anyway.
There's no door, right?
That's correct. It just opens up into the room, but you'd have to move farther up to see what's actually there because the light is low.
Well, if there's no door, then
the light is low. Well, that's not a problem.
Take a look and come back, can't he? Stealth.
I do a light.
Why have I got to walk in this time?
Because you're the only one
I
who
can
has
go check it out.
ability.
I'll do a stealth. I'll do a stealth.
No, I can do a light. I can do a light. Then we
Well,
can
you don't
see
want to
more.
light it up if you don't know what's in there.
No, I don't
I've got
want
a
to.
stealth bonus.
I don't want to set it on fire right now. I just want to light it up.
Different kind of light.
When someone mentions fire.
So you guys could do a combination of these things if you want. Arthur to start stealthing or Celsig to stealth first, and then light. Create some light. You can see it is dimly lit. It's not completely pitch dark, but it's dimly lit.
Is there a loose stone or something lying around here in the corridor?
Sure. Yes, there is.
I take one up and I do a light on it, so it
okay.
lights.
So you do so, and the stone flares into light. Go ahead. What are you gonna do with it?
I give it to Celsig and say, throw it into the room so we can see what's in there.
Okay. I'll come up to here and try and pitch it into the room as far as I can.
Okay. Go ahead, please, and make a dexterity check for me.
Another +5 for me. 22!
Oh, boy.
Okay.
And that's the reason why you are throwing it.
So you hear, as you throw it into the room, you wait for a moment, and then you hear this splash. And you hear this push. And then there's silence for a moment, and then you hear this... And all of a sudden, screaming out of the darkness, flying at you, is a winged green creature that is dripping wet and flies directly at you, Celsig.
Oh, man.
I hate you all.
You've awoken the dragon.
All right.
Which one of us was it that said we should go up and look and not light it on fire?
I did not light it on fire yet.
All right, let me show you. Let me show you what it looks like. I actually have a picture for this one, so give me just 1 second.
Sounds drunk. Well, you've been stealing my thoughts.
Well, I was trying not to make the sound of a murloc, which is what
Flying murloc, so good.
Flying murloc.
Elena is like, fool of a took.
Now the green creature is like, oh, I had a spa day, and they threw rocks at me.
You know how hard it is to get a reservation at the spa. Okay, let's see. Let's go down to this and stop reaching it up. Okay, give me a second as I capture. As I show you.
Okay, this one is my fault.
Okay. It was a really good roll, I want to point out, Celsig. I mean, you really struck that right in the middle. I mean, you hit it like dead on in the pool. No problem.
I wasn't trying to. I didn't know it was there.
There we go. This is what you guys see, and in just a minute, the guys on the stream, the guys on the GOG folks will actually be able to see it. This is what you see.
What? Where?
Oh, that's pleasant looking.
Where is it?
Oh dear.
On the stream.
Stream.
Check the stream.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Okay.
Oh god. Oh no.
That thing is flying?
Yep. It's
That's not.
it is flying at you as you speak.
Is it actually flying or
Alright.
just moving at a rapid pace?
It's moving at a rapid pace. It doesn't necessarily have
Alright.
wings that you can see, although it may be that behind its body it has wings that you don't see yet. Right now it's just sort of charging at you is what I mean.
What the heck is that?
So let's see. What is it going to do here? Okay, right.
I said it
Yeah,
on fire.
okay. Does it?
Okay.
Does it? What languages does it speak?
You have no idea yet even what it is.
Dang it!
But as you see it,
Can we do
sort
initiative
of
and
charging
attack?
towards you, not initiative yet. Right now you're watching stunned as it runs at you, and then at the last sort of moment, you see it leap into the air and you see its arms start to lengthen, and you see its body start to lengthen the back, and then you see its mouth sort of turn into this beak. And suddenly you have this large, what looks like a raven, that flies at your face, Celsig, and it's going to get an attack in on you before you guys have a chance to make initiative. So let's see what this is.
Oh god. Oh god.
15. Does that hit?
Was that against my armor class?
Yes.
Yes, that's a hit.
Okay. Let's see what it's going to do. It is going to do... Okay. It does to you 5 points of damage.
Oh my goodness.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. So I need you to roll a 20 and add your Constitution bonus to it, please.
Which is +0.
Did we just get him killed?
Yes.
2. Yeah.
Exactly, G Pudding. Oh, sorry. Did you roll that already? Is that?
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
You rolled it.
Can we do? There was no way to react in any way.
Not on this first one. This is basically his surprise round, essentially. Oh, I see the 2. Why was that not? Oh, I see. I didn't have it marked up. I was like, what?
Keep out, they said. Throw this rock in, they said.
All right. So, you take, you feel what feels like poison coursing through your veins, Celsig.
Oh, man.
And you're like, and you take 3 points of damage and fall over.
I am down.
And you fall to the ground. And now we have a chance to roll initiative. So let's do it. Let's get that battle music going as you fight.
Is he just injured or is he dead?
At the moment, he is unconscious. Well, unconscious is a better way to put it. He's not dead. He's only mostly dead.
You could say bleeding out, possibly.
Yes, that I would definitely say. This will be a good chance to show everyone like the death rules.
I kind of remember how to roll for initiative now.
That's a 20-sided die plus your dexterity bonus. Sometimes your initiative is actually listed on the sheet as well.
Avenge me, you prats.
So
I think we get to the point where we have to search your pockets for loose change, Celsig.
I'll come back and
3! I'm doing really good on rolls today.
Not as bad as me, Justice.
Okay, let's see.
Just ice.
Actually, Celsig, you also need to make an initiative roll, believe it or not, because it depends on how much you're trying to avoid dying in the process of all this. So.
Okie dokie.
I need to enable that Jedi. I haven't enabled turn order in this campaign. I didn't have time to set it up for this, but I will for the next one. And also, thanks, Nightwolf. Good to see you all. Good turnout today, folks. We have nearly 150 people in here watching people fight for Darksaber's life. So it's good.
Or at least pretend they are.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Throw the puppy at it.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say.
You people are
I got
horrible.
a 17, by the way.
I see that.
That's exactly.
I really want to live.
Okay, Jordan has got a 15.
Does that make me a bad person?
Nah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
And Greta's got a 10. Okay. Alrighty. So that actually works out fairly well. Greta, what is your dexterity? And Arthur, what is your dexterity? The straight
8,
score.
so -1.
Okay, so you have an 8
Minus
dex.
1.
Arthur, what's your dex?
Yeah.
+2.
What's the just raw score, though?
14.
Got it. Okay. So you will go before Greta then. All right, first up, believe it or not, is Celsig, who's going to experience death.
Right.
So here is the way that this
clouds of
works.
sage.
The way that the death rolls work, Celsig, is that you're going to roll a 20-sided die. If you roll, the idea here is to be stable, and your job basically is to roll 3 successes before you roll 3 failures. If you roll 3 failures, you are dead. If you roll 3 successes, then you're stable, and you will not, you won't come back to life immediately, but you won't die anymore. You won't continue to bleed out while you're stable. So, a critical miss, a 1, counts as 2 failures. If you get a 20, you actually get a hit point back. So you actually, are basically brought back to consciousness. So that's what we've got.
I can't look.
Right, so just a flat 20, no modifiers, yeah?
That's correct.
Okay.
And what you're trying to do to get a success, by the way, is to get a 10 or better.
Oh, 17.
Nice.
All right, that is 1 success.
Oh,
Nice
All right,
job.
Good.
Mark that off. Yes.
Good stuff. All right. Dorn, you are up. You have just seen your halfling companion slump to the ground and this raven creature flying around it. Caw!
Okay.
Caw!
Is the raven creature within my reach currently?
Absolutely.
Or is it too high up?
It is
All
within
right.
your reach. However, it is a, it's a dexterous creature, just so you know.
Indeed. All right, so I'll take a step. I'm assuming it's over here. Where Salsig?
Yes. In fact, I'll bring you in. I'll tell you exactly where it is.
Okay.
I'll bring it in for you. Hold on a second. Come on, look faster than that. Roll 20. All right. While it's looking, why don't you go ahead and swing in that general vicinity? Because it's not here yet.
I swing. Oh yes. Is a 17 sufficient to?
A 17 will hit for sure.
All right. So I take a good swing at it.
Okay.
And do 11 damage.
Okay. You really strike it like nobody's business. I mean,
Yes.
you smash it. And you basically blow it into the wall. It looks like it is pretty close to dead, actually. And as it hits the ground, you see it shift from raven form. It kind of drops its wings, and they lengthen along his body, and it becomes smaller, and its tail gets longer, and now you're looking at a rat. And the rat goes scurrying off down the corridor to the west.
Ooh. Rude.
It has gone scurrying off there.
Well then, I just look over here and just kind of watch it, I suppose. See if I can see it. Keep it in my sight at all. But I'm not going to go chasing after it.
Why am I not seeing
It's
it?
2 rats.
Oh, there they are.
3 rats.
They didn't show up. I'm like, where's the rat? I just kept adding rats. You see
a
so
lot
many
of
rats. No, you only have 1 rat. And it's much smaller than that. There we go. Okay, and it scurries off down the corridor.
We're all rude.
Okay. All
Magic
right.
missile, magic missile, magic missile.
Arthur, all right, go ahead. You can step up and do
Yes.
so. Go ahead and fire at it.
Okay.
And with your
so,
magic
let's
missile, it
see.
should just automatically hit. So I'm assuming that you're going to throw all 3 into its body.
Mm-hmm.
Just throwing's
So that
worked
would
well
be-
so far.
So you're just going to roll damage. So that means you're going to roll. It's 1d4 plus 1 for each missile, and you have 3 missiles. So you basically
Nice.
3d4 plus 3 essentially.
Okay. It's 3d4 plus 3. Here we go.
So pew, 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 it smashes into the rat's body, and is basically shreds the rat's body, and it
Ew.
lies dead. And the music stops, and it lies
Nice job.
dead. All right, we're still in initiative though because you have a party member who's in trouble. Greta, you're up.
Okay. Well, he's directly in front of me, and he looks pretty dead.
Yep.
So, what can I use that one?
Necromancy.
So,
You could definitely heal him. If you heal him, it would start from that 0 and then kind of up from there. This, if you wanted to save your healing spell, this seems like a good time.
yeah, I only have 1 left. I'm going to use that one now.
Okay.
So
go ahead and roll.
Yep.
You rolled for the roll for that. How much healing you do? Which I think
it's
says the spell one.
1d8 plus 4.
Okay.
So let's hope for the best.
All right.
One moment. 1d8 plus 4. Roll. He gets 10 hit points
10.
back.
All right. So,
Okay, full health.
Celsig's, your eyes flicker open. You're like, you know, as you like sort of look above you. And the healing magic also has the side effect of reducing the impact. You feel the poison is no longer coursing through your veins. You are a little bit troubled, though, to see Greta above you healing you and then nothing else. You don't remember, like, how you got to the bottom of this floor, like, to this floor, looking up. But
He doesn't remember that he threw a
happened?
rock into a room?
Oh, so use that one.
he might remember that. He doesn't remember anything since it was like rock, room, creature, and then he woke up here, basically.
I remember shiny rock. Then, yeah, I woke up. What happened?
I did not panic and did not set you on fire.
Good.
I shot a rat in
so
the back.
What did happen?
You died, but you're fine now, so don't worry about it.
There was a
I
creature
died.
coming out of the room, and it hit you, and then it turned into a rat, and then it ran away, and then Arthur shot at it, and no, first there was Dorian, and he hit it, and then Arthur shot at it, and then it goes splat.
Just look from party member to party member. I was like, it happened. All right, what are we doing next?
All right, you have a dead what used to be whatever that was down the western corridor, and you have the room to your north, which is now quiet again.
Okay, now let's go to the room in the north. I mean, now that we've no, there is no.
I would
say,
like
guys,
to check.
we should wait before going north because we heard a splash and something covered in acid came out. So maybe we should watch our step before just walking into the room to the north.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say, is the room actually still lit from the stone we threw in?
Yeah, so the light, it is, and in fact it's kind of an odd light. It is lit in a greenish glow, and as you sort of are looking, you can see actually that there is a large stone pool, which is about maybe 3 feet high and 20 feet across, so it's a good size, dominates the center of the room, and the water glows with this flickering green eldritch light. On the floor, there's a little bit of mist that curls around your ankles, and the stone that you threw, which you hit dead center in the middle of the pool, is allowing light to filter up through the top of the pool. So there's green light.
Well, it looks pretty.
Pretty creepy.
I stay away.
I would like to check how our little puppy's going. He's actually, you know, he's just like. When you actually swung away with him, he was kind of like, it felt to you, Dorn, like he was almost like with your attack. He was sort of like, rawr, like trying to attack with you, like against the other thing.
Nice.
Aww.
And so, yeah. So now he's very
It's the
sort of
best thing to
back.
happen to us.
So much love.
Greg, I just let you know, I've got about 3 or 4 minutes left before I have to disappear.
That's fine.
I still want. I think we should actually try this northern room if you can go around the pool, because if this is a way the goblins don't take, it might help us to just, you know, sneak up behind them, maybe.
After going through all of that crap, we should at least check out the room while staying away from the middle.
I'm hesitant to follow them without being quite sure why.
Somehow this seems troubling. Yeah.
Yes, I have a bad feeling about this room. I don't know why.
See you, Kyle. Okay, so you guys are going to head around the pool. As I say, there is sort of mist on the floor as you sort of move around. And the pool itself, which, for some reason, when I put in the word rat, I came up with a bunch of car icons. I guess there's a car called a rat or something. I don't really know. But I was almost about to put a big car in the middle of the room. I'm like, that's not really at all. No, not that one. How about this one instead? There we go. Now just give me a second whilst I reorient that. Okay, so
anybody care to drink it?
As I said, it's pretty sizable.
I played too much Barony for that.
Okay.
Now I kind of want to do it, but I know it's stupid.
Don't.
I want to do it because I'm like, but you never know what could happen. But I also don't want to do it because I don't want to, ruin everything.
Looks like a Stargate.
Yeah, you can't load an earlier save if you do something silly.
It removes all the fun.
It's true. There's no real. This is permadeath. So this is permadeath. All right. So where you guys headed? North, south, west?
I'd say we go north to that door.
Well, I'm gonna hang back here until everyone makes it through safely because I don't trust this room.
Okay.
As am I.
Okay.
I'm literally pressed against the wall. I'm not even sure why. It just seems sensible to me.
Okay, so you guys make your way around to the other side. Nothing seems to move, and you notice as you're moving that the glow in the pool seems to be fading.
Oh. Okay. Come on, let's listen to the door. Listen to the door. Somebody listen to the door. I go to the door and listen.
I'll go up. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check for that listen.
And perception there.
You will hug that puppy and you will like it.
And I got 22.
I got 20.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet. You do not hear anything on the other side of this door. There's just the trickling of the sound of the pool in the room behind you, but past this door, you don't hear anything.
Okay, let's go through here.
Hang on. As a precaution, I would like to place a hunting trap in front of the door, and then knock on the door.
Okay, so you can do that. So you place the hunting trap in front. I assume that Celsic is going to make way for that hunting trap.
Yeah.
And then you knock, and so you hear this doof 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 doof, and there's an echo, and then you wait for a minute, nothing.
Okay, I will
I'm going to take this opportunity to say I have to disappear, guys, but thank you so much.
All right, and yes, so Chrono Wolf is leaving us behind, but he will be back for our next session, of course, and on various GOG streaming adventures. So good seeing you, man. I will catch you soon, and the adventure will continue for another hour without our good friend Chrono.
All right,
he just
see ya.
It's been an absolute blast.
We'll
See
try
you
not
later,
to get
guys.
killed.
All right, man, see you soon.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Shield.
Okay.
All right, who's got to carry him around now?
Oh, I'm going to have to recapture those windows in just a moment, I realized, so give me just a moment here. Okay. Let's pull that up. Let's wait for it until it recaptures. It's like Skype does its thing that it always does. There we go, as promised. Okay, let me just recapture for a moment. This is a good moment while I'm recapturing to remind everybody that you guys are watching. There we go. That you guys are watching the GOG stream team. Pyron Jade, Darksaber, Megapime MPHD, and Flaos at the moment. Chrono Wolf has just left, playing in what is going to be a regular D&D campaign now on my Pen and Pixel show, Temple of the Nightbringers. And we're going to be joined, I should mention, next session by Screaming Joypad is going to be joining us. So he is going to be part of the mix that's going to be happening. Okay, let me just capture quickly.
So I'm just laughing at Azir Brax. He puts Matt of Matt Cat plays into the loot wheelbarrow.
It's funny.
Just be like, come on.
Okay, let's see. There we got that. Lovely.
Sorry, chat's reactions to what we should do to Matt while he's asleep.
So they are the paid a fair. Oh my God! Really, Cap? Seriously? Seriously? Suddenly junior high? Seriously? Oh man. Okay.
I never did bad things like that in real life. Maybe I should start now in D&D.
I know, right? Now's the time, right? I feel like that's
Throw 'em
something
into the
which
pool.
happened on summer camp. That was the summer camp thing, I feel like.
Throw him into the pool.
Yes, throw him into the pool. I was going to say, presumably you'd like it to be part of the campaign later, right? Am I understanding that properly? Okay.
Depends if it's really, really funny.
Right, that's
think-
true. It is all about the humor value.
Throw the dog into the pool.
I get to talk to Dorn about that. Okay, almost, guys. I'm almost ready to recapture this in just a moment.
The way you're positioning Pi, I'm just seeing it on stream and it is so funny. It is so damn funny.
It is so funny how it's like disconnected from Justice, which is a reclining pair. I mean, that's basically...
Pi, you should get an avatar for Justice so we can put a nice, pretty picture there.
We really should.
Where am I going to find that?
Okay, hang on a second.
You look on DeviantArt and then you nicely ask the artist if you're allowed to use it.
Hey, I made an attempt to draw on it at once, and I've laughed in my face. So
I mean, that's because you didn't go to DeviantArt. Instead, you decided to draw, not unlike a kindergartner would draw.
I drew it in paint.
You were like, how about this?
I'm not an
And
artist.
I'm like, no, neither am I. I say this as someone who is not, that is not my style of creativity, is I'm not capable. All right, there we go, lovely, wonderful.
I once
All
had
right,
an artist actually draw one of my Shadowrun characters for me. That was really nice.
Ooh, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
really, really cool. Yeah, it's kind of neat to see when you start finding these artists. When they're doing the Icarus thing, I was just kind of like, wow, 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 just wow. You know, it's like watching Outstar work. It's like, man, that is so cool.
Yeah, but then you gotta have like money to pay stuff, and because people can't live on exposure that I don't have to give them. So
All right, so we're back on it, guys. So here we go. So you were at the northernmost door. You hear nothing, and the knock provided no result.
Okay.
I will then pick up my trap and sulk
Open the door?
sulk in the not corner of the round room.
Okay. All right, and what are the rest of you guys doing?
I opened the
will-
door.
I hang back here at least for now. We'll see.
Okay, that's cool. Thanks, Satobo. Satobo is putting the final... Satobo, by the way, is the guy who did the lettering and layout for Icarus and coloring. He's also the game designer for the Icarus game, and so he's telling me that the backer edition is being uploaded now, and then will be coming down to you guys. So, thank you. Okay, so I'm sorry. I apologize. You're opening the door. Is that what I heard?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You open it to reveal your death. No. You open it to reveal... a passageway that a narrow passageway, same size as the other narrow ones, extending off to the west.
This was a good plan.
Yep, and nothing stirs. Looks like the same kind of stone.
Okay.
So,
I'm
you
kind of
guys going to
hesitant to
follow?
take point for some reason.
You feel fit and fiddle now. I mean, everything's fine. You know.
So
Yeah.
come on,
it's-
come on,
Okay.
Selchik, take out your mirror and have a look.
I'll mirror around the corner. Yep. You can get it on the stick, just like.
So this is but while you guys are positioning yourself, Justice, that's Jedi Knight's suggestion.
What is
In
what?
chat. He just posted it in chat. That's his suggestion.
you say this like I have the stream open.
Oh man.
You know, I don't know why I expected. Okay. The passageway
Freaking
continues
Twitch
to
won't
extend.
even. Oh, there we go. Now it's loading for once.
I like it, Jedi. It extends quite a ways to the west, Celsic.
Okay.
And you can keep moving down it if you like, but that's what you see so far.
Yeah, I guess we'll proceed. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Shall we?
Wow.
Let's.
That's like abstract. Wow. That's like Picasso does justice, is what that is. Okay. All right.
That's good.
It doesn't do him justice.
It doesn't do him justice. Oh, very nice. Outstanding. So, very, very far, as you can see, as you keep going down. And then it comes to a T-junction here. And, of course, you can't see more until you get up to the corner. As you move
Okay.
farther away, that dripping sound fades.
Just gonna hang on a sec because people are lagging behind. I don't know if they've got actions they want to take.
Oh, that was drawn by you? Nice, Jedi. Okay.
I was just a little worried. It seems like it's okay, so I'll come along here.
Okay.
No,
With
no,
you
no
guys.
offense. No offense to
Got
our
to set
shadows.
puppy.
I didn't mean any offense. I'm sorry. Don't
Okay.
hate me.
Okay.
Oh, we shall keep going. I'm actually going to stop and just have a quick check for traps.
Okay.
'Cause
Go
I'm
ahead and
slightly
make
paranoid.
go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Okie dokie. 16.
Yeah, it seems to you, and I assume you're doing this mostly on the floors, basically?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems to you that this is, again, not very trapped. One of the things that surprises you, again, this is larger than layers that goblins normally hang out in. You know, normally they have sort of smaller corridors that are more difficult to sort of make their way around. It's also, as we've already said, older, so it definitely feels like something repurposed by them. The lack of traps, that sort of thing. I mean, there may still be traps elsewhere, but definitely this seems like not a place that they built as a fortress for specific purposes.
I'm just going to pause and turn to everyone and say, has it occurred to anyone else? I don't think the goblins made this place.
Yeah, I think we talked about that when we entered it.
I think we did too.
Okay. A lot's happened since then. I have a hole in my memory. Bear with me.
I've
fine,
recently
you're
been to the
fine.
other side. And okay.
You're fine. Don't worry, you're fine.
Okay, so you keep going, and again, you won't be able to see anything more till you get to the corner at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to stop there, do my mirror thing.
Okay, so which way are you looking first, to the south or the north?
South first.
Okay, to the south.
That's going to lead back to the door that we didn't go through.
We don't know what else is there. There might be like someone with their back to us.
So to the south, you actually see and hear the sound of raucous laughter and sort of, and as you look around, you can actually see that to the south in the room there are a number, and I mean a number, a large number, of clearly goblins that seem to be, if you had to guess, eating. You would guess that that is a dining room or a dining hall to the south. And you can actually see them. They're not looking up in this direction at all, but they're just sort of talking with each other. So you can hear that sound to the south.
Okay.
Or you can hear that sound. So you should see that sight and hear that sound to the south.
Yeah. I'll just turn to everyone and say, yeah, we probably don't want to go left here. Looks like it's feeding time at the Goblin Gallery.
Does anyone on our team have the ability to poison?
Good question. No, I don't, because there is this poisonous kit you can get, but I don't have that.
I don't poison people.
They're not people. They're goblins.
They are people. You even speak their language.
You kind of did sign us up to kill goblins. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, but it is a difference how you kill somebody. As Justice is a paladin, he will tell you.
I literally facepalm at that.
As Justice is a paladin, he will totally see that point.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather me just waltz in there with Dan raised to the sky and attempt to take them down one by one?
We could just pretend we didn't see that way and go the other way.
There are many.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that room that way, completely empty, nothing there. Let's have a look to the right.
As you look up to the right, you can see the passageway extending to the north, ending in a door, and then there's another, what looks like a passageway heading off to the east.
Another door.
Mm-hmm.
How brightly lit is that corridor to the left? I mean, how visible would we be sort of coming out of this corridor and going to the north?
It is, so you are dimly lit. It is dimly lit with sort of flickering light. At the moment, they're paying literally zero attention to anything but themselves. They're just sort of, they're basically just like sort of talking to each other, yelling. Occasionally, you think you see a hunk of meat flying from one side of the room to the other.
Do I pick up on anything that they're particularly saying, considering that I do speak?
Yes. Yes. Make a perception check for me to make sure that you can hear it loudly enough.
You're asking me to do things.
I know.
Okay. Okay, give me a moment here. I need to find perception on my list thing. Charisma, wisdom.
Should be based on wisdom.
Wisdom?
Yes.
Well, I got a -1.
Okay.
This is gonna go well. And it's a 7.
So you don't really hear a lot of details. You pick up a word or two. Sometimes you hear things that sound like temple, and then maybe water and bathroom. It's all very sort of like all over the place. At one point, you think you hear wolf, but that's pretty much it. Just bits and pieces, nothing specific.
Which room are they in? Are they in the room that's down here at the bottom?
Correct, the one that doesn't have a door. And there's a lot of them. And to the north, all seems to be quiet, or relatively so.
How's the lighting in that area?
It's dimly lit with flickering light until you get to that room. The room itself is more brightly lit, although not like blazing light. But
well, I'm all for, considering we bypassed them, I'm for not going through the room we kind of avoided by going this way.
I'm not thinking of going through it. I'm just trying to figure out if I can pick up on some information.
Okay, I think we should just try to sneak to the north.
All right. If everyone's y'all gotta play it safe. No one's allowed to have fun here.
All right, so you guys head up to the north. I need you to make a stealth check as you cross the corridor and head up to the north.
I'm gonna go back and do a cannonball into that pool back here.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna go
right.
up to there and do my stealth roll.
Give me a second though, because I may want to make this a group one. So hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't roll that.
Yep, that didn't happen.
That did not happen at all. Can I
What
delete
didn't
this
happen?
somehow?
This
Is there a
skill-
delete button? No.
The roll that you just made that was that didn't work out. Is that what we're talking about here?
What roll?
Wow.
There is no roll.
There is no roll.
roll
at all.
This is
lie.
not the role you're looking
This is
for.
not- yeah, this is not the role you're looking for. Okay. Let's see. Why am I not finding my group stealth? Okay, I'm going to do it individually again. I need to find out where my group stealth info is. Okay, so I'll need you guys to make it independently. So
I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait
I
in this
misrolled
corridor
that. I have
until
a
everyone's
-2
successful.
So go. You have a -2. Okay, then re-roll it then.
Thank
And Celsig, you're rolling as well. Okay, so move your guy up to where you want him to be. Do you want him to be at the passageway area?
I was gonna sort of go up there and then pause again.
Okay. So you do so.
Moving behind him.
Yeah, they're pretty loud, so they do not notice you. Who knows what would have happened had you rolled even worse? But they did not notice you as you make your way up to the north. What about the other two?
I moved behind.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for Justice to make his move before I make any move of my own.
All right. So do I use dexterity or do I use
that's going to be
stealth?
that's going to be dexterity. Well, if you have stealth, like if there's a little check mark next to stealth, then yes, it should say what that is.
They're both the same plus.
Okay, then that's just using your dexterity then, so that's fine. Yeah, so go ahead and make the stealth check.
+1. That's 5.
So you're like, all right, follow me. Clank, 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 clank. And then as you're making your way up, you realize you're actually saying clank, clank out loud. Clank, 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 clank. Fortunately, though, these guys are not paying attention. At least not with that. And it helps that you're some distance from them anyway. All right. And last, Dorn.
All right. Feeling rather emboldened by their success, I take my disadvantaged move.
Okay, you're able to make with not too much difficulty.
Good.
With rather less clanking than Justice, you're able to make your way around. And Celsig,
You tried.
you're using your mirror, I assume, to the east again?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yes.
So using your mirror, you can see the passageway extends out this way a little ways. You'd have to walk into the passageway to see more.
Okay. What does the door ahead of us look like?
So the door ahead looks to be the same kind of sort of wooden construction as the rest of them, and you don't know the other details yet about anything like. I mean, just it looks like the other doors that you've encountered so far, basically.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So just door type door.
Yes.
So I just sort of turn around to everyone and shrug. Just like, well, what do you want to do?
I point to the right.
Okay.
Because I don't think we should be
Thumbs
talking.
up.
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
like to get out of a line of sight myself.
Okay, so you're moving into the passage.
Is
Yep,
it a
I'm
solid
gonna-
wooden door like every other wooden door of this entire place?
Yeah, pretty much. It all looks to
There's
have been
no-
of the same kind of construction around the same time.
I don't have to
so-
keep asking if any of these doors have like keyholes or anything in them.
No,
They're all
well,
just going to be flat.
I shouldn't say that. I mean, some of the doors may end up having it. I can tell you whether it's the same or not. But to this point, they have all looked to be of the same construction.
This new one in front of us doesn't have a keyhole or anything I can use to peek into it.
Not pretty much not. It does have like a handle that you could pull basically. But that's it.
Could I disassemble the handle?
Yeah, sure. Given time, you could make an effort to disassemble it. It would be rather loud, just so you know. Might be kind of loud. You are not necessarily MacGyver.
Shame they don't have screwdrivers.
That said, this is what the passageway looks like. It extends, and you notice something, which is that there are many more lights down this hallway than you've seen so
Many
far.
more lights.
Sorry, many more lights. Down
There's
this hallway
money
than
down
you've
here.
seen before. So there's a lot more torches on the walls that are sort of lighting it more brightly. And then there seems to be a little bit of a, you don't know if it's a passageway or if it leads to a room over right here. And the passageway comes to an end, or seems to, at the end of a blank wall.
A blank wall, huh?
I'm gonna proceed down the corridor.
Okay.
I follow.
I'm actually going to. Well, guess what I'm gonna do when I get to the corner?
You're going to use your mirror again?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm throwing a rock round there. I've learned that lesson.
I was going to say. All right. So you look around the
I can
corner.
I can make a new rock. No problem.
And this is what you see.
Can
A
make
door.
it-
However,
Okay.
you were just asking about this. Justice. This door looks much more ornate than the doors that you've seen to this point. It is made out of wood, but there are carvings in it, and sort of elaborate decoration around the outside of this door. There's no keyhole that you can look through per se, but it's definitely a sturdier and more, more impressive-looking, ornate, decorated door than the ones you've encountered so far.
Are the carvings like any kind of words or hieroglyphics or anything particular, or is it just hey?
It looks
it's
like
fancy?
decorations. Yeah, it looks more like decorations. Sort of like an illustrated manuscript, with the leaves and the branches around the outside of it, that sort of thing.
I look at it with religion.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and make a check for me.
Maybe we can finally find out what's going on in this temple thing. Like this. Oh, 5! Look, it's a door, and it's pretty.
You're like, you know that doors have been used in religions many times. People open doors in churches. They close doors in churches. There are a lot of doors that are used.
Sometimes
in
they're
religions.
even symbolic. They're symbolic.
Yes.
Sometimes, yes.
There's an opening.
This one is
of,
very
like, the
symbolic,
spiritual
very
life.
pretty.
Yes.
Very pretty. Pretty
I
door.
would like to actually check over here for anything hidden, like a secret door.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and do that.
Okay, perception, yeah?
That would be perception. Yes.
Yes, okay. 13.
Doesn't seem to be. It seems to be basically just a blank wall, from what you can tell.
I poke the rock a bit and just shrug and turn back round.
Okay. All right.
I would like to head down the corridor, putting out every other torch.
Okay.
So it's not quite as brightly lit as it previously was.
I look back and said, put them back. Damn it, they will realize that.
Psst, psst, as he's putting out the torches, at least the first couple of ones.
Don't. Don't.
But they can't. If there's no light, they can't see us.
All right. I want to point out that unless you are, hold on a second. What? Please be quiet. Whoever's calling me, stop calling me. Oh my God! Stop.
It's dinner time. It's just telemarketers.
Jeez.
It's not even important.
Stop in the name of creation. All right. So I want to point out that if you're trying to whisper at him in a stage whisper, you are currently a good 70 feet away. So unless you're able to, be good at ventriloquism, all it sounds to you is you're going, and he's like hands in the air.
Oh,
What? I don't.
What?
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
So by the time you get to him, he's only put out one torch.
Don't do that. They will realize that somebody is walking around in this temple putting out the torches, damn it. They're not that stupid.
There's nobody
Torches
in
go
this
out.
corridor. If
Yeah,
we
but-
put them out now, then they can't see us if we ever need to hide in it.
First of all, they're goblins. They can see very well in the dark. And second, somebody is going around checking on the torches, or there wouldn't be any lit torches here.
Can they actually see well in the dark?
As a dragonborn, I believe you've got some. Actually, don't. know
No,
if
I mean,
you've got-
can they, as in...
Oh, can
Yeah.
goblins? Yes, they have some basic ability to see in the dark. Yes.
Well, I didn't know that.
That's why that's why this is unusual. Most of the torches that you've seen, there have not been a lot of them leading up to this, but there's definitely more torches here for some reason.
So just stop it and come on.
You always gotta be ruining my fun.
Okay. All right. What are you guys gonna do? You're standing outside that decorated door.
I will check the door to see if it's locked, trapped, etc.
It doesn't appear to be locked, but the trap may be another matter, so you don't know yet. Make so go ahead and make a perception check there.
25
Oh, boy.
crit.
Whoa.
Okay. I'm sorry. You know what? That's fine that you did that. I should have made it investigation, not perception. Anyway, it doesn't matter. No, you're pretty confident that there is no trap set on this door.
Okay.
You also think that the door is unlocked, although again, obviously it is closed as we speak.
All right. Before we do anything, I have to ask the group: are we going to open this door?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to open this door, and I'd like to employ my previous tactic of putting a trap in front of it and knocking on it, because this seems like there might be somebody in there, and if we can jump them, that would be very good.
We could just
That is
kick
a
the
good
door
plan.
in and shout surprise.
I like Justice's plan better.
Oh well, we can try it.
Okay.
I move to the side.
Move to the
Yeah, I
side,
move to the side.
Okay.
and then I guess we'll put a trap there,
Okay.
and we'll give it the old shaving a haircut.
Okay. So, doosh, doosh, doosh. You knock on the door, and from inside, you hear a voice. What is it, you fools? I said not to be disturbed.
Say sorry.
Knock again.
Room service.
No, he speaks Goblin. Do we understand it all?
This is being spoken in common, not in Goblin.
Okay.
Say sorry. Say sorry in Goblin. Say sorry in Goblin and move away.
I'm going to say. I'm not going to say that. I'm going.
Then you hear
I'm
it
gonna
say,
s-
as you're thinking, you hear it say, "Open the door right now, you fools! Who are you? Let me see you now."
I can hear you.
Actually, this is actually what we're looking for. I'm going to back away over here, and we're going to wait to see if he opens the door.
I ready
And
my
if he
mace and my
does,
shield.
we're
I
going
ready
to
my
jump
rapier.
it. So
Okay.
everyone get prepared.
Okay, so you wait. Silence.
I still have the hunting trap in front of the door.
Right. Yep. You wait. Silence. Nothing
plan.
more.
The plan's going to work.
Someone should knock again, but not me.
He's gonna say Fuss Roda. Exactly. Fuss Roda. Yeah.
Throw Matt in there.
Still nothing.
I don't think he's falling for it.
Okay. Okay. So the dang. I don't know if this is stupid or not. The goblins were having like lunch or whatever, right?
Apparently.
So we're going to try this one more time, and we're going to mention that lunch is ready
Okay.
But say it in Goblin.
in the goblin language. That'll work.
Okay. So you say that, and there's a moment of silence, and then it says, "Fine, come in and leave it on the table then."
He's not coming out.
Guys, I just had a thought. If he says come in and leave it on the table, it means he's distracted. And he's
Yeah.
expecting somebody to come in. So why don't we send the rogue in?
What is your
Give him a
delay,
little-
fool? I told you to leave it on the
Little
table.
dinner in the back. Little dinner in the back. Just a thought. But we better be quick.
All right,
Let's
do
go.
it. Do it now.
Okay.
What am I doing? What
So-
am I saying?
Sneak in and stab him.
Okay. So what's going on? Who is bringing in the food?
He's gonna hear the door open. He knows we're outside. Oh, he knows something's outside.
But he's not gonna look. He's
For
distracted.
the
He says
last
just leave
time,
it on the table.
who is out there? Bring in the food and leave it on the table.
All right.
We gotta
Alright,
do this.
give me a ration. I don't know. I'm confused now.
Okay.
Okay, I tossed some food to. For some reason,
Yeah,
we're
what
actually
was-
bringing food, but okay.
All right, and
I'm
you're
just trying- I
opening.
want to see. Well, at least I have
Why
my food.
should we actually bring food?
I like
Make
I like
sure-
the fact that you're bringing a pizza just to be 100% sure. Candy Graham.
Listen,
All right.
man.
Okay, so you're opening the door and going in, Celsig, with the food.
As long as you better have my backs here.
All right. In you
Oh,
go.
right.
We're right around the
That's
corner
all.
where he can't see us.
Okay.
I keep my head down and just hold the rations up.
So the door squeaks and scrapes as it opens. and reveals a room which is more cleanly and more richly appointed than any other part of the temple. There are these oak-paneled walls. There are vibrant tapestries. There's a 4-poster bed, and there is a writing desk, and in one corner is a large strongbox. But the thing that you notice is a squat figure in a dark cloak which stands before a carved fireplace. Its back is towards you. It turns as you enter, and you see it is wearing a grotesquely carved obsidian mask. There is an enormous warg sitting at its feet. Fools! The dark figure hisses in a raspy voice. Fools, the dark figure hisses in a raspy voice. I told you to stay away before, and now you will die. Initiative,
What?
please.
Oh
Never
my
talked
goodness,
to
what
you
a
before.
guys! Why do you hate me so much?
So you
His
mean
back
he,
was turned.
he
turned.
I'm a
noticed
giant.
he noticed that it's not a goblin, right? Just to be clear,
well,
he
you don't know.
He might-
It is in a. You have no idea.
might
It's
not
in a.
care.
It's in a dark cloak. It's in a dark cloak, and it is carrying a. As I say, it's got this mask on, so you don't have the faintest idea actually what it is.
Okay.
All you know is that
So-
it's a squat figure, so it's not. It's not a giant.
Can he see our rogue guy's a face?
I'm sorry. Can
Is the bear trap still in place?
Celsig see it? No.
No, can he? It's like how hidden is does he still think a rogue guy is a goblin?
No, he's able to see. What
Dang.
he's able to see it.
Man,
Sorry, he's not that big. Give me a second. Okay.
So if he knows,
All right.
he said to just
And
stay away.
next to him is
Greta?
the
Not Greta.
aforementioned-
What was the leader of the goblins? Never mind. Anyway, we'll find out.
I'm here.
Sorry, I was getting my names mixed up.
all right. I need to figure out how to. He's in front of a fireplace, right?
Correct.
Burn him with oil.
Okay. Yes. So here's an idea for whoever gets the first initiative.
Okay, let's get that initiative going.
Charge
right
him
away.
and push him into the fireplace.
That's good. I was thinking pull back and let something run into the bear trap.
Well,
not
I'm assuming that you guys are able to. Well, you're going to have to sort of jump over the bear trap. Remember, the hunting trap, although you know where it is, you still have to maneuver around it yourself. So,
Yeah.
I need to figure out what. Dang it! I don't remember how to do initiative.
it is 20-sided plus your dexterity bonus.
Okay.
Oh,
always
and I also realized that I need me some battle music.
Oh, I got 20.
Nice.
Oh.
Look who's going first.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Doran and Justice.
I need more food for these sessions.
We got about a half hour left, so we're closing in here. Why? There we
And
go.
I think we've got a boss fight.
It's possible.
Throw the
Possible.
puppy at the walk.
No.
Yes.
No.
We don't know if
Puppy
they're
saves the big.
related.
Set fire
What
to
does
the
that
puppy and
matter?
throw it at the wall.
Okay, let's
That could
see.
work.
There we go. Right.
You people are sick.
Set the rations on fire and throw it.
I think Chat's with us on this one. Flaming Angry Warg. Burn the whole room.
Flaming angry warg.
Mhm.
As you sort of think about that, the little puppy in your arm stirs.
Because we didn't do a full rest. I don't have my fire thing back yet, do I?
I think you can always do that.
I don't know how many times you're able to use that per day, or if you need a short rest to recharge it or not. That I do not
'Cause
know.
I used it on the zombies all the way back on the
Correct,
whatever.
that's right. And I don't remember whether it. You'd have to take a look and see. I don't know off the top of my head if it resets after short rest or if it resets after. If it resets.
I don't know where to look that up. Are you kidding me?
I'll look it up for you, Pi. I'll look it up for you.
Can we now use Matt's character in some way?
That's a good question.
I'm not talking about sacrificing him.
No, I understand. I will see how we'll see how things proceed. Basically, if we need to, I will we'll bring him into the fore if we need to, but we'll see. Because otherwise, you will have to deal with it, or I will have to deal deal with it. Okay. All right. Now I can get back to the dexterity roll. So, let's see. So Justice has got the power of 20. Let's see. Celsig has got the power of 15. Greta is still stunned at everything and is like, I will go absolutely last.
She's stunned at the stupidity of the situation.
So, Pi, you can use your breath weapon after a short or long rest, so you do have a breath weapon back.
Good. The only problem is
back on the menu.
Oh, and Sharian just yeah.
The only problem is there's a rogue in my way.
I'm sorry, Dorn. What's
You
your?
could step over me.
What's your dexterity again?
Oh, sorry. My dexterity is 14.
Of course it is. Your bonus is +2.
It is.
Okay.
I'm wearing heavy armor. That might slow me down.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that was my next tiebreaker. Okay. All right. Here we go. And then this, and then this, and this. Okay. All right, Justice, you are up first.
All right. Here's the plan. I would like to dramatically leap over our short rogue and rain fiery justice from above upon the evildoers.
For great justice!
Okay, so you're going to leap over the rogue and doing that. All right.
As you know, justice reigns from above.
Okay.
Move, Zig, move.
He's actually got is in front of them. So, okay. So you will be able to. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. You should be able to do that. Who are you breathing fire on? Because you got the warg in front, and then you've got whoever this mysterious cloaked figure is in back.
Like straight shot straight at both of them. Just right at them.
Okay. Alrighty. So, in that case, for Dragon Breath. Da-da-da-da. So we got the Dragonborn.
If they're both, I mean, if one's in front of the other one, then I'm just going to try to hit the first one and hope that it goes far enough to hit the one behind.
Right. And they are, in fact, in front of each other. The warg is in front of the other one. Okay. So use breath weapons. Okay, so energy. Okay. Line is about to, oh, there we go. 5 by 30 line. Okay. They happen to be in a line, actually. So, or actually a 15-foot cone, so much the better. Okay. Yes, so you may position yourself in front of Celsig then. Go ahead and do that. And then the breath weapon, which according to this is, let's see, so the DC for the saving throw. Okay, so what is your Constitution modifier? And go ahead and place your character there, Pi.
Okay.
So what is your, it's a little bit farther forward. You got to actually step into the room. That's like in the portal.
Okay.
So you got to step like there. There you go. So what is your Constitution modifier? Next to your Constitution, what's the...
Con, right?
Correct.
0.
What about your proficiency bonus?
What do you mean?
There should be a thing that says proficiency somewhere on your sheet, and that should be a certain number.
Well, my ability modifier to con is 0.
Right. But there should be a proficiency on the sheet too.
Look a little bit to the right, and then above the list of skills, there's the proficiency bonus.
There's multiple things that say proficiency. Oh, proficiency bonus is +2.
2, okay. So that means the DC that they've got to use to try to save against this attack is 10. So I will see if they do that. Let's see if they do.
Please don't, please don't, please don't, please don't, please don't. Please don't.
Let's see. The warg does, the cloaked figure does not. So, let's see. So what you need to do then is you're going to roll, let's see. Yes, you're going to roll 2d6 to see how much damage is done. So 2 6-sided dice, please, Pi.
2. Is there a number at the end of that? Plus something, or is it just +0?
Nope. +0.
+0? 20 and a 6.
Okay.
Oh, so, 20 was the first.
So the warg is going to take half of that because the warg successfully dodged out of the way, partly, and then the creature in back is going to take all of it and burns and screams and is not happy. Basically, that's exactly right. Okay.
I totally approve.
Okay. I approve of this violence.
I approve this message. I am Mega Pie PhD, and I approve this message.
I approve this message. Okay.
I told you there are good and bad things, bad ways of killing people.
All right.
Oh, burning them alive is fine, but trying to poison them, no.
Okay. So, this character levels, pulls up from within the cloak, pulls out a crossbow, and aiming it fires over the warg and directly at Justice's face.
Ooh.
Woo.
Not my face.
9.
My favorite part.
9 is not going to get it done, I don't believe. Your AC is above 9, I assume?
Bless that dragon scale armor.
What's an AC?
Armor class. It should say on your sheet what your armor class
My
is.
armor class is, since I'm wearing my armor, it's 16.
Okay, so yeah, it misses wildly. And that leads, and the character curses. Like that. And Dorn, you're up. Sorry. Yeah,
All
Dorn,
right.
that's right.
Yeah. All right, so I make my way over here. I carefully walk over that trap. Just don't want to hurt myself.
Okay.
And I position myself next to this very angry warg.
Okay.
And take a swing.
Okay.
We all know how well my roll's going to go now, since I've had such good rolls so far. Oh, actually.
That will hit.
Yes. Ooh.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay. It takes all of it. Roar! And as you do that, the puppy, again at your side, kind of goes, rah! Like snaps, like at the same time, like with you, not at you. As you do that. Okay. So you have struck a blow for goodness. Celsig, now what?
Yes. Well, carrying on with the general thrust of the plan, I'll step in, squeeze past Justice, kindly not running through his legs this time, because I think he gets a bit annoyed.
Okay.
And I will... I'll take a stab at the warg myself with my rapier.
Okay.
Right, let's see... Attack bonus plus 5? 8.
That, so it kind of dodges nimbly out of the way as you try to stab it, and then it growls at you. And the cloaked figure laughs. Okay. Next is the bad guy, by which we mean the warg. It focuses its attention on the thing which just causes it to try to burn to death, and it goes after Justice. I have to say that the enemies have not been rolling particularly well, except for the one that hit you, Celsig. But other than that, way back there. But other than that, these rolls have not been getting the job done. Let's say, but it has. Yeah, still though. Okay, it misses you, snaps, but you're able to dodge out of the way rather more nimbly than your bulk might have indicated you could, Justice. And Greta, you finally are like, oh my God, what? And you're able to move.
Okay, something's going on in there, so I move.
Not yet,
Also,
Crazy Raz, not yet.
I'm not stepping into the bear trap that we left here. Maybe we're gonna need it, maybe not. So I just
It's a
move
hunting
in here.
trap,
Can I
not a
just
bear
can I squeeze in here somewhere?
You are, let's see if I'm, yes, you should be able to sort of, because your character's in front of you, your teammates will sort of be able to let you go through. So, but you can't end up in the same spot. So technically, actually, this should be
This is a good spot.
here, and this should be here. You could do that. You could be here if you prefer, like it's up, or here, it's up to you.
And then how does this work? 1 moment. 30 feet. I throw a sacred flame at the guy that's already burning.
Okay, the cloaked figure in the back, or the cloaked figure.
Cloak.
Yes?
Yeah, that's the only one burning so far, I think.
That's right. That's correct.
And they seem to have the walk pretty much under control, so I think I throw.
Okay, sounds good.
Some stuff at that one.
Then
So
let us
spell
do it.
attack, right?
Yes, correct. This will be a ranged
Spell
spell
attack.
attack.
Spell attack here. Roll. Whee! It's an 8.
Yep, that is not going to get it done, unfortunately. The cloaked figure dodges out of the way and then looks at you and says, "Learn to use magic better, girl."
What did he say?
I said...
I didn't understand.
He said...
He called you a girl.
He said, "Learn to use magic better, girl."
Okay, I just looking at my companions like, he's a little bit speech impaired, isn't he? And then
Stop making fun of me.
I heard that.
That just is making things worse. Okay, that leads us to Justice. You have got a big wolf in your grill.
All over my grill. All right. Okay. Let me think about what I can do here. There's no way around the thing.
There is, but if I mean, like, you could try to basically slide to your right if you wish, so you could go over to here if you wanted. But that would be sort of like staying engaged with the creature. You could do that if you like.
Let me take a look at what I have in my inventory.
Okay, quickly though, because you're in the middle of this is all happening in 6
All
seconds.
right. Fine. I'll do since chat brought it up, I'll do a two-handed swing.
Okay.
Look at me, Chad, have an idea of what I'm doing. At the thing in front of me.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make that attack. Chad is just interested in Dark Souling it up. That's all this is. Two-handed Dark Soul style. That's all this is.
All right. Now, that means I'm going to have to ask the question of how do I do that? Because two-handed.
It's going to be on damage more than hits. It's going to be on damage more than hit. So you're going to roll.
Does it go by strength or does it go by the attack bonus of my melee weapon?
Well, the attack bonus of your melee weapon theoretically should have that included. Should have your strength bonus included in it. So you should just be able to roll and then add what your weapon attack bonus is. That should have strength incorporated.
What?
So you've got a weapon number, right? You've got a weapon modifier.
My attack bonus for the two-handed melee weapon is a +5.
That's your attack bonus for the entire attack, because that takes into
But then
account
there's
your
also like a damage 1d10.
Don't worry about that. Let's worry about if you hit first.
Oh, okay. So
there you go, Sharian.
One. Am I doing a 20?
So it's a 20. Yep,
Yes.
absolutely. It's a 20, and then you're going to add to it that +5.
Okay. We got a 15 here.
That will hit.
This puppy's not going to end well.
Now damage you can do. So what does it say for the damage listed there?
Okay. The damage is 1d10 plus.
Plus.
Pi.
Hello?
Hello. I heard 1d10 plus, and then you got cut off.
3.
Oh, +3. Okay, so go ahead and roll your 10-sided die and add 3 to it.
Okay. I apologize for having no idea what I'm doing.
It's okay.
6.
Okay.
What's with the 6s? Another 6.
A lot of 6s. It's true.
Like I'll get 3 6s in a row.
You strike it a solid blow in its side. Roar! And it sort of howls and growls at you even more fiercely, if possible, than before. And the cloaked figure sort of growls almost at the same time and says, "You'll pay for that, you lizard." And then rolls with the crossbow.
I will not pay for it, for I have no money.
13.
This man is very rude.
A 13. Does that hit your armor class, Justice?
My armor class 16.
Okay, so it misses wildly, and again the figure curses. And Dorn, that leads us to you.
I reach my hand back to pet my little companion hanging from me.
Okay.
And then, with both hands, take a swing at his larger, more angry kin.
Okay, with the other one snapping as you do so. Hit! Man, you are the Wolf Slayer today. Hit!
I am. All right, let's see. Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Not quite dead, but in very bad shape.
Oh, my goodness.
It sort of staggers back, like foam, blood sort of, coming out of its mouth, seems to trickle out of its mouth, sort of its hides heave, and it's like that. Okay, and you're staying where you are, I assume, Dorn, positionally?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm good where I am. Yeah.
Celsig, you're up then. You've got a very almost dead warg in front of you.
I'm gonna draw back and hopefully strike the killing blow with my rapier.
Okay.
So it's +5. Come on, 10. God
Miss.
damn it.
Not going to get it done. Even in its state, it manages to stagger out of the way as you miss it. And it now has the chance to attack again. Oh my gosh, these rolls. And it misses again. Unbelievable. It just continues. It just does not want to win this fight, is basically the bottom line. Okay, Greta, that leads to you. You've got a very, very bad-looking wolf, and you've got a still smoldering cloaked figure.
Yeah, he badmouthed me, so I'm gonna use my cantrip again and just throw another sacred flame at the guy.
Okay.
Sooner or later, I'm gonna hit him.
Gonna hit it one of these times. My pleasure.
Yep.
No problem, Heimdall. Thanks.
22.
That is a hit.
Okay, so I now do 1d8 damage.
Okay.
A moment. 4.
Okay. So you strike. It's not like a column of flame does not directly hit the figure in the head, but definitely sort of hits like its side, and it's like and it kind of tries to like pat out the flame where it's smoldering, and that brings us back up to Justice. You have an extremely injured wolf and a smoldering cloaked figure.
All right. Now nobody get mad at me doing this because I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do it again because I think it'll actually work this time.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to hold my hand out to the ward.
Okay.
And I'm going to say to it that if it aids us in this fight against the thing, we'll spare it.
Okay. So go ahead and make your roll. You're going to subtract 5 for this because, again, it is barely breathing and so is not inclined to listen per se.
Okay, so I'm gonna
20-sided die, and then you're gonna get the you're
20.
gonna get a -5 total, which is putting all that together, like the animal
-5.
handling plus that.
Do I have to worry about any of my stats at the moment?
Animal handling.
Just animal handling, right? But I added that in. The -5 should incorporate all of that.
Okay. Here we go. Everybody cross your fingers. This is going to be awesome if it works. If it doesn't work, it's going to be stupid. But if it works, it's going to be
awesome.
Best thing you've seen in your life. It's a 0!
So you reach down, you're like, okay, so here's the way it goes, little wolf. We want you to aid us or you're gonna die! And you like sort of like just scream. Like every time you do this, again the wolf is like roar, and even like Dorn's wolf is like roar, and everyone like there's just sort of this horrified moment, and then the wolf like growls, like, you know, just snaps at you fiercely.
The best thing is nobody of us speaks Goblin, so we have no idea what he actually said to
Right,
the
exactly.
warg.
All it sounds like you did was it sounded like he was like, ha! And actually you were like, please help us!
It would be so freaking cool if that would work, man. That would be like the most awesome thing ever.
It would be. It would be. Sadly, though, the luck was not with you at this moment. And then, so the cloaked figure says, that one works for me, you idiot. And then, let's see.
He's like
Oh,
the
Just
wow.
because we're
of
fighting in
Spider-Man.
battle doesn't mean you have to insult my intelligence,
And,
alright?
and apparently
This is a
because
gentleman's duel.
apparently because you're not paying attention to it, critically hits you with the crossbow bolt that it fires at your face, and does 9 points of damage to you. So it
It's all right.
strikes your chest.
I'm
You
alive
like
with
stagger
one.
back from it, and it's like
shit.
it's like, think about that next time you try to love the animal more than the fight. And
This
that's
guy's kind of a jerk, isn't he?
and then yeah, not very nice. And Dorn, that leads us to you.
All right, I'm gonna do the same thing again.
Well,
you know?
well, basically, memories. That's what's happening, right? Is like they keep seeing him stop fighting, look down, and go raw, and then like the thing gets really upset. I mean, so they're assuming that something bizarre is
It's
happening.
going to be like the parcels on the scene
boy.
from Harry Potter. is what it's
Exactly.
going
Okay, go ahead, Dorn.
Okay, so I pet the puppy for good luck. Roll a 14.
That will hit. Assuming you're
That
attacking
will
the
hit.
warg, you're hitting the warg. I assume.
I am attacking the warg, and we're gonna try and take the third head off.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
Okay, let's do it.
Come on.
You've collected a Cerberus of wargs, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You do not decapitate it, but you do puncture through its side, and with a whimper, it drops over, and it dies.
Well, I'll take that, I guess.
So, you do that, and that leads us down to, let's see, Celsig. So you've only got the one creature that is left.
Yes. get a feel for distances. I'm going to hold my action.
Okay,
I am
for
not
what?
going to draw this guy's attention.
Okay,
maybe
specify. What are you going to draw it for?
Hang on. I'm going to move to within 5 feet of him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hold my action. Hold my attack for whether he tries to attack me or if someone gets closer to him to attack him.
Got it. Okay.
For now.
Greta, that leaves it to you.
So if
then.
someone...
Oh, sorry. Did I cut you off? Sorry.
I was going to say, if someone gets in close enough, I'll be able to do a sneak attack as long as I've got someone else within 5 feet of him.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Greta.
How dead does Justice look?
Justice looks very, very hurt. Although he's putting on a brave face.
One hit point. I got one. Well, I do have a pretty face. Thank you.
He's like, I'm
But I got
fine. You know, but he does
Yeah,
not look
the
fine.
problem is I've already used up all my good healing spells. I'm very sorry. So I can only now do some healing word, but that is a ranged one. So at least I can stay where I am.
Okay.
And put a healing word on Justice.
Okay.
That's not much, but it's something.
All right, that sounds good. So that's going to be 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Yes.
That mean?
Here
So
we
in other
go.
words, that's her doing this. So Greta.
Ooh, maximum. 8
Wow.
points back.
So you get 8 points back just as you feel the healing light of Greta pour
And
through.
that was that also.
Good
That
job.
now I'm completely out. There's nothing left.
Okay. It's just a
All right,
flesh
we're
wound.
at the final boss anyway.
Okay. That leads us up to Justice, the aforementioned Justice. You see the cloaked
All right.
figure in front of you.
It's time for some vengeance.
Okay.
We're gonna move forward here. We're gonna go all out.
Am I able
With,
to unleash my attack now he's moved in close enough?
Yes. Right after his attack, basically. So
Okay.
he'll make the attack. You'll then follow up with it. By the way, at that
Okay.
point, you will then be going after Justice from this point forward. So you'll shift in the turn order. So you held your
Okay.
action, which means you're now after Justice. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead, Justice, and make your attack.
We're gonna go full ham on this with a double-handed sword
Okay.
attack.
Little Y-hander action.
Yes.
I probably
Dan
perfectly
shall
butchered
get
that.
some vengeance for me getting shot in the face or whatever. That's 120 and then plus a 5.
Correct. Yep.
That's a 21.
That's a hit for sure.
And then I do the same thing but a 3 instead of a 5, right?
Well, no, for damage it's 1d10 though, not 1d20.
Okay.
That'll be a lot of damage.
For great justice.
Let's go, Dan.
All right, you strike solidly. The person is not dead, whatever this creature is, but it looks pretty not in great shape. It is not in great shape, and it sort of says, looks at you and says, "You'll pay for your lack of vision." And then it drops its crossbow, pulls out a club, and then basically goes right after your face. 14, Justice. I don't think that's going to hit you. I don't believe.
Nope, I got a 16 arm.
Okay, so that is a miss. Dorn, that leads to
I
you.
will laugh in
I
his
believe
face.
Celsic has the move.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Celsig is next. That's right. I actually should have had that go off after Justice. I beg your pardon. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm
go ahead,
gonna
Celsic.
now he's not paying attention to me. I'm gonna lunge in and make a stab for the side of him.
Okay.
Come
go ahead
on.
with it.
Damn it!
You're like, I got him! Ha-ha! And you like hit the wall by his
Failed.
side. Sting! So the same thing happens
I'm
that I just
helping.
said before. And then everything happened that I mentioned with the person, and now it is up to Dorn. So you just saw
All right.
Celsig bravely hit the wall.
I'll come around here. Do I get a flanking bonus if I'm here? Next to him there?
Where are you? Let me see.
I'm to the left.
No, I would not say so. They're not really equidistant.
Oh, we're not opposite. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, I'll stand there anyway and take a swing with my longsword.
Okay. Hit.
Man, tonight
I'm
it's
telling
going
you,
well.
It's been something else.
We're going one-handed this time. Just one-handed.
Okay.
Oh man.
And with a curse and a shriek, you hit with a solid blow in the side the cloaked figure, and the figure staggers over and says, "You fools! You have no idea what you've done. Shar will pay you back for this." And then falls to the ground and drops
How much?
dead.
How much will I get paid?
Who's Shar?
That's a good question.
Shar is the evil god.
And I've just been reminded I could have re-rolled my 1 because of halfling luck. Damn it.
Ah, it's true. That's true. In any case, though, yes. So Shar, that's correct. Pi was just saying it. Shar was the
crap. I remembered that.
Yep, Shar was the goddess of darkness.
Why did I remember that?
Yes.
Okay.
And so now this creature lies face up with this mask that it's wearing, and all is quiet.
I will say, Faltus will prevail.
The person would agree, were they not already dead?
Well,
that's all walls for your name.
It's never too late. I go and take the hunting trap inside the room and close the door.
Okay, you do that.
Good thinking.
All right, and it closes. Yep.
I start sweeping for loot, particularly that strong box I heard mentioned earlier.
Okay.
I take off the mask.
Okay, when you take off the mask, you are shocked, horrified, and amazed to discover that the person wearing the mask is none other than Frida Greatheart, the Constable of Mountain.
Called it. I just forgot her name.
Dun dun dun. And they would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you damn kids. Yeah, it was Frida.
I couldn't remember her name, and I called her Greta instead.
Stupid dog.
Yep.
Stupid. War.
And the mask itself is this beautiful looking mask. Although you do feel a little vaguely uneasy, just sort of looking at it. Sort of looks kind of odd, but Frida is clearly dead, and it is clearly Frida.
No. Yeah. Okay.
Frida,
Forget it.
Frida.
Sensig, in the meantime, you're looking at that strong box.
Oh yes.
Okay, so what are you trying to do?
Check it for traps.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check here.
Investigation +4. There's the rolls.
You actually
They
are,
were hiding.
and it was a good time for it because this was not easy to find. You notice a very cleverly concealed needle which is sticking on the underside of the lock, which now that you see is there allows you to determine its presence. Now you think you will be able to make an attempt to try to disarm the trap.
Okay,
Nice.
I think I might have something to help with that. Would my thieves' tools help with disarming the trap?
Yes, they would, and in fact are kind of necessary. You're going to be making
Okay.
you're going to be making a dexterity check using your thieves' tools for that.
So it's Dex plus, because I get a +4 if I use my thieves' tools.
That's right, yep.
Okay. Oh, come on.
So you try to pick the lock, and you think you've got it, like and then you hear this, and then you feel a stab into your finger. So you take 1 piercing damage. That's not the big problem. The big problem is the other damage, and that's the poison damage. So let's see. You take. Oh my gosh. Okay. You take 11 points of damage.
Again.
And by the way, 11 points of damage on 2d10, so it could have been a lot worse.
Wow.
And so a total of 12 points of damage all told. You also need to make a Constitution saving throw. So you need to make a con saving throw for me.
It's agreed. It's agreed that did you in.
Yeah, I'm already on -4.
Yep.
And con, so that's just going to be a flat 20.
Okay.
6.
You are really poisoned. And he lies on the ground. He lies on the ground, sort of, staring up at the sky. Once again, poison coursing through his veins and unconscious.
Okay.
This is a really bad time for this.
Since my fire attack was regenerated, does that mean my lay on hands is regenerated?
I don't know if lay on hands is
Most likely,
check.
but
Let me see. This would be a good time for it. Let's see, lay on hands. I thought for a minute you were going to say, "Can I breathe fire on him in an attempt to heal him?" And I was like, "I don't."
How could that work?
I don't. That's a good question. I don't know.
I mean, I could attack him, but I don't think that's going to help the situation.
You're like, maybe if I do enough damage, he'll come all the way around to living again somehow.
We could follow the old rule of thought and just try to bleed the poison out.
you need to take a long rest. It looks like to get lay on hands back.
Although, actually, how much did you do with that lay on hands Did you do all full 5 points of healing with it? Do you remember?
Don't ask me because I have no idea.
Okay, I don't remember if you did. But it's a pool basically. But I'm gonna guess that you did use it all up. So
I don't know.
So basically, I would say you do not have it available to you.
Okay, I've got a healer's kit.
That will allow you to stabilize it. So
yeah,
go
that
over.
would be a good thing.
Yes,
I think.
go over
So I
and
would use.
stabilize him, and you can
I will
do that
take
by
one
roll.
use out of my healing kit.
Cool. All right.
So yeah. Sorry, I'm totally out of healing. There's nothing.
You guys did pretty well for that.
I could set him on fire, but
Again, how is that going to help?
You watch. Someone will pat down Frida and find a key in her pocket.
and
Right, and they don't ever try to open this chest. Okay, so if you're trying to stabilize, yes, so you're making a medicine check, is what you're trying to do here.
No, as an action, you can expend one of the kit without needing to make a wisdom
Oh,
medicine
without
check.
needing to make one. Okay, all right.
Yes.
Then you're good to go. All right, so you were able to stabilize him. He
So,
lies unconscious, but not dying.
I want to look at him to find out what happened, if he's just, if he's poisoned or not, because I don't know. He can't tell me.
Right. But this actually, you're pretty much able to determine that he is. His eyes are glazed over. His mouth is open, kind of in a rigid position. There's sort of drool coming out of his mouth. You're pretty confident that he's poisoned. He looks like he's not dying at the moment, but he sure doesn't look healthy.
That's well, greed will get you.
Okay.
See you,
In that case, I want to use one of my cantrips again.
Okay.
My third one, which is resistance. And I'm going to put it in him, so maybe he can resist the poison a little bit better when the next check comes up.
Okay, I will allow you to do that. So you were able to do that. Obviously, he's not even moving, so that's fine. And you're able to do resistance. It is probably a good thing that you did that, because he's able to resist the poison enough that he stays just sort of at a basic level of unconsciousness as the poison works itself out of its system. As he is sort of lying there on the ground, I want to say, because we are coming to the end here, actually we ran over a little bit into Fleos' time, that Dorn, as you're standing sort of looking at your companions, you hear this plaintive whimpering, and you look down and you see that the wolf pup is sort of kind of whining at you. And you look back down and you see that the strong box was now open, the one that poor Sensei managed to. He did manage to successfully open it. There's lots and lots of coins in it, and there's some jewelry as well, a couple of necklaces. But on the top, there's also a folded over, a straight map. And just so sort of staring at you from the chest, and it looks to be a map, and the reason you notice it is because it has on that map something that has a W and then what looks like the head of a wolf marked in one section of the map. And you recognize this. It's some distance from where you are, a good distance away, but it seems to be a location where other wargs can be found.
Ooh, interesting. Well, I take that map.
And the wolf pup sort of whimpers up at you as you take the map.
Interesting. I'll put that for safekeeping in my pocket.
All right. And with that said, you know what I didn't do? I didn't give you guys your experience. I'm going to do that right now. So for your experience, you guys you killed, let's see, 3 of them.
A lot. We killed a lot of stuff.
Yes, you did. You definitely did. Okay, so you guys get a grand total of, so you get 60 experience each for the different wargs. And you get, let's see, for the...
That's 60 per warg or 60 total?
60 total.
Okay.
60 total. And then the other thing you get is... Right. The other thing you're going to get is the bonus off of that, and that's going to be... Okay. You also get another 50 experience each for having defeated Frida. And where are you guys at, by the way, experience-wise?
135.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of you also get an additional 100 experience for having unmasked the person at the heart of this conspiracy. So you get an additional 100 experience for this.
Nice.
Awesome.
And given that we are already past time, I'm going to say that we're going to wrap, I think, Temple of the Nightbringers here. But the next time that we play, we will advance things forward after you get out of the temple. What is going to happen next with these different characters? I should say, as a programming note.
Before we leave, though,
what's that? Say again?
Before we leave,
Yes.
I would like to throw Frida into the fireplace.
Okay.
No!
Just to make sure she can't
That's
come
dark.
back.
That's dark.
No,
I
it's
don't know-
gonna smell.
I don't know-
It's gonna smell.
I don't know what kind of magic
Got
was
rooms
going
full
on
of
here.
goblins.
Just to make sure she can't come back.
We didn't even search through her robes. Don't do this.
No, 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 no.
Oh, it's done.
So she sort of sits there burning, smoldering in the fire. She was already kind of smoldering anyway. This is just double smolder. The mask is off of her, and of course lies on the ground. And as I said, it looks at you, as so to speak, and you feel somewhat uncomfortable about it. All right. So, guys, let me just say a couple things before I let you guys go. First of all, Fleos, sadly, is going to be departing for a time because this time does not work out for him. So, Dorn Hellsbane, who now has, of course, a wolf companion to try to bring back to his native home in the north, perhaps, or something like that with this map. Dorn Wolf Helper, or whatever your new name is. Dorn is leaving, but hopefully Dorn will return. Of course, Arthur Lupus Cordo will be with us next time, as will Screaming Joypad with his character. So with that said, I'll go in the other direction. Darksaber, where do people need to check you out next? When are you streaming on GOG or somewhere else?
I'm going to be streaming on my own channel tomorrow. I'm probably going to be carrying on with episode 3 of Cognition, which is a fantastic point-and-click murder mystery game I've been playing through. I do have a release stream that I can't talk about beyond saying I'm doing it on this Friday on GOG as well.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. Nice work today. Okay, Fleos, when are you going to be streaming next on GOG?
In about 5 minutes. So if anyone's
5
here
minutes.
for the the System Shock remaster, or it's not called remaster anymore, the System Shock demo stream, that will be happening in about 5-ish minutes as soon as I get everything ready. And then once I finish once I finish the teaser demo, I will be moving on to System Shock Enhanced Edition for the rest of the 2-hour block. So
Awesome.
Check me out in a few minutes.
Super awesome. Sorry that we ran a little bit over, man.
It's okay.
But and then Pi, where are we going to see and hear from you next?
Well, you can always go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/MakeupMyPhD. I did just put a video up on Rusty Trails. And, excuse me. And unless anything changes, tomorrow from 12 to 2, I'll be live on GOG.com with a release stream that I almost said the name of, but I'm not, because it's not out yet.
Success and resistance. It worked. The resistance worked for you too. Okay, then moving right along, Pyron. I just saw you playing Ultima Underworld 2 unarmed, which was a lot of fun. So when are folks going to see you next?
Next time might actually be on Sunday with the next episode of Ultima Underworld 2 unarmed and blind, but it a little bit depends on what's going on this week as well. If I might jump in a stream there sometime, I don't know yet, but for sure Sunday for Ultima Underworld 2 unarmed.
Awesome. Sounds good. Guys, great job today. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. We're going to continue this and keep moving. We're going to move on and keep building up the levels and building up the characters. And same thing with you folks, Juju. So I'm going to let you guys go, close out the stream, and let Fleos get setting up for stuff. So Pyron, Pi, Fleos, Saber, thank you very much. Great job, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night, guys.
Mm.
Okay. Lovely. So that was a good time. I enjoyed myself. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself also. And a quick programming note. So Fleos, as he said, is going to be doing the System Shock stuff. I am going to be taking about a half-hour break. I see that Trendane is in here. Just a quick note, Tren, I'm going to need about a half hour, so we're going to start a little late. But back on my channel, in about a half hour, I'm going to be continuing the D&D campaign that I've been running over there with the Infinity and Beyond crew of Horde of the Dragon Queen. So lots of D&D today, this is my favorite game, so it makes sense. But so we're going to be doing that again in about a half hour from now. So definitely check out Fleos here, and then maybe do some multitasking. Watch some Fleos, watch me, or whatever. But we're going to be doing some D&D over on my channel as well. If you like what you saw here, please follow the GOG channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe or support the Patreons or do whatever of all of the individual streamers on the channel. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the premiere episode on GOG of the D&D stream group. I think they did a great job. And these guys are fun. I'm looking forward to playing with them and learning more about their characters as time goes on. So join us next time for Chrono Wolf, for Pyron Jade, for Darksaber, for Pi, and for Screaming Joypad as we continue to move forward in the world that was introduced to you by Temple of the Nightbringers. As for me, I'll be back at you guys, as I said, on my stream. I'll be back again also on Thursday with a voiceover of Aviary Attorney with the R vocalists. And then next week, I'll be back here on GOG on Tuesday doing Pen and Pixels as we continue the Baldur's Gate Siege of Dragonspear playthrough. So that is the deal. Yes, this party is very lucky. That is true. There were some terrible rolls that happened there. Terrible rolls. But they also made some good plans as well. So luck and fun, those are good combinations. That's it for me, everybody. Love you all. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves, and I will catch all of you wonderful people on my channel. And then, as I say, next week back here on GOG for episode 37 at that point of Pen and Pixels. Till then, thanks, everybody. Catch all of you soon, and have a good night.